Elger and Maz. Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Patriots have one more game to play before the bye week. It'll be tonight on Monday Night Football in Foxborough against the New York Giants. As expected, rookie offensive lineman Jared Wilson is out, along with special teams ace Brendan Schooler. Defensive lineman Harold Landry and Kyrus Tonga are questionable. Mark Bertrand and Chris Gasper have Patriots preview at 5:30 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bob Sosi and Scott Zolak follow with the kickoff at around 8:15. Patriots also need a win to keep the top seed in the AFC. Denver won again last night, 27-26 over the Washington Commanders. Buffalo, by the way, ran over Pittsburgh 26-7. They're 8-4. They're in Foxborough a week from Sunday. Patriots didn't have Derek White or starting center Nehemias Queta last night in Cleveland, but they still won 117-115. Peyton Pritchard scored 42 points in this one, and that was after he shot 4 of 14 from the field the night before.
Pritchard down the right side, pump fake on Tyson. 12-footer is good. Tyson is not playing Pritchard close enough.
Jaylen Brown added his fourth triple-double of his career, 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists. The Green are now 11-9. They're back home to play the Knicks tomorrow evening. And in college football news, Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin left yesterday to take the same job at LSU. Mississippi is headed to the college football playoffs, but Kiffin won't coach them now. Defensive coordinator Pete Golding has been promoted to take his place. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Catches Law. At Catches, they specialize in helping those who have been injured not only from a one-time incident, but from a lifetime of hard work and labor. Does this sound like you? Visit CatchesLaw.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
This is what happens when analysts take over the games, take over the sport.
This is where you talk sports.
It happens all the time.
The Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
You might hate me, but you're listening.
and Hardy
Don't bother me. I'm at the Pickle Palace.
on 98.5.
I know what I'm capable of.
He said something about peanut butter, right?
Yeah. Boning, baby. Make America nut again.
That's gross. That's disgusting.
Let's talk about cheese.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I was at dinner with my wife and a friend.
Kitty, kitty, pussy, kitty, kitty, kitty. Flap, flap, flap.
Shut up, I'm trying to talk to Paul.
Toucher and Hardy
Good luck trying to put your finger in it when there's a million holes.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Your seatbelt. Sit down and have a big old meal.
Good morning. It's December 1st, John. Did you say rabbit this morning?
No.
That was something I knew to do as a kid, and then I found out they used to do it on some TV show. Probably some show that Beaton watched.
I have
or
no
maybe,
idea.
maybe Gemelli.
You guys say it twice. You guys say rabbit, rabbit.
Well, if you're a complete lunatic, you're David Sedaris, and you set an alarm for a few minutes after midnight, and you wake yourself up so that you can say it as soon as the first day of the month begins, so that you're guaranteed to not screw it up. But that's what you're supposed to do.
I missed it. Can I say it now, or is it too
No,
late?
it's too late. You've already spoken.
It's got to be the first thing you say.
Oh, all right.
Does Beaton know what I'm talking about? There was what show was it, Beaton? But you know about saying rabbit on the first day of the month.
Yeah, it was like a grade school teacher or something
Right.
that taught me that once.
But then they did it like on Sam and Cat or something like that too.
Salute your shorts.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. So good morning. Fred's out. He's got a bad tooth. So thoughts and prayers.
He said it was coming last week. He did.
Yeah.
He said he was in pain last week.
Yeah, a hot tooth. So whatever it takes to take care of that. We have the Patriots going for their 10th straight victory tonight against the New York Football Giants. Now, they were referred to on Jeopardy not long ago as the New York Football Giants.
Mm-hmm.
And both my wife and daughter said something like, why do they say it like that? That's stupid. I'm like, well, it's an old-timey thing. And I think to differentiate themselves from the baseball Giants. But then I started talking. I'm like, I'm not sure why.
It is. That's the reason.
Well, was there a New York Giants baseball team
Yep.
as before they moved to San Francisco?
Correct.
What year?
58.
Okay.
57.
Yeah.
Them and
right
the
around
Dodgers went west the same year.
I still call them Brooklyn. Come
Yeah.
on. I mean, that's
Sure.
That's how I roll. But tonight. So that'll be happening essentially all day as we get ready, get you ready for that game. But a lot else to get to, John, as we come off of this long Thanksgiving weekend, and you know how to get to my heart, because the moment I walked in the studio this morning, you said to me, "So, did you play?"
Oh, yeah. We had talked about this off the air multiple times and say, do you play on Thanksgiving? And you told me there is a course that is not open technically, but with a wink and a nod, you're like, okay, I can walk out there and take care of it. And I was wondering, did that happen to you? Because I woke up Thanksgiving morning. It was not warm. It was low 40s, thereabouts.
Now, let me ask you something. Did you want to play?
I had thought about it, yes.
You wanted to play on Thanksgiving?
I would have played, yes.
See, I couldn't remember if you actually wanted to or not. Let me tell you. Yes, I did.
Attaboy.
And there's one guy who has done it now a couple years with me, but not like so much so that it's a tradition. We have T-shirts made and we sit around talking about it for, months and months afterward. It's just like something, and this is a good friend of mine.
I survived golf on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. This is like a good buddy of mine that, I do enough with and talk to enough to where it doesn't dominate our relationship, right? So it was reassuring to me when I texted him on Wednesday. Let me see if I can find exactly what I said, because we haven't talked about it at all since we met up there last Thanksgiving. Just not, like I said, it's not something that consumes us or defines us, so to speak.
I would have lasted probably 9. I would have lasted 9 and then called it quits. But I would have played because I have a low temperature that I will play golf at, and it's somewhere around 50. It was not 50 on Thanksgiving morning, even though it was really warm the day before. So it was like 42, 43, and you went out there. You bundled up and you went out there.
Okay, so I texted him Wednesday at 4:52 p.m.
Okay.
You know what's happening tomorrow, don't you? He texted back, I just hit a bucket to get dialed in. So he knew. He knew.
I like that.
He knew what we were doing.
It's a given. You just a quick, hey, let's go, and the guy's there. So you met up.
Yeah, and we did the thing. Now,
did you play all 18?
No.
Okay.
No. We played 18, the 18th hole.
Okay.
And then we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We jumped over to the middle of 10.
Yep.
Played 11, 12, 17. And that got us back to essentially where we had parked. So we played 9.5 holes.
Okay.
It was not warm.
No.
By any stretch. The wind started kicking up at the end to the point where I said, this is no longer fun. It's novel to be out there doing it, and we enjoyed it. I mean, it's at that time of year in those conditions and like being out there like it's barely golf. You're kind of playing, but you're not really playing.
It's more about...
You're more doing it to do it.
Right. You're just surviving out there, and it's all when you're out there and you're far enough away from the clubhouse where, all right, we might as well stay out here and play enough holes to get back in. It's more for the story, I did it, than anything else.
But now that I know that you actually want to do it, next year you consider yourself just part of it. And
nice.
We'll do it.
No,
but
it'd be great.
It is. So then I got out again over the weekend.
Oh, boy.
On Saturday.
I'm trying to remember what the weather was like on Saturday.
Okay, so...
I don't think it was very good.
It was not warm.
It was actually colder than Thursday.
Yes, it was.
What's wrong with you?
Well, the course closed
There's no novelty. Now, there's novelty on Thanksgiving. Saturday is just you being stupid. That's all that is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There's no novelty. You're absolutely right. I couldn't have said it any better myself. But the course is closing on Sunday, and it's like, okay, it's not raining. It's not blowing sideways.
Okay, we're back to the home course now. Or
yes.
Okay. All right.
And I showed up there, and one friend of mine who never walks when he plays, I see him out there getting ready to walk, and we're only playing 9.
Yeah.
But I said, oh, this must be serious. Like, it's cold enough to where you don't want the extra 5 miles an hour of cart breeze blowing on you. And you want to, generate some body warmth by walking. So we did that on Saturday, and that was fine and fun, whatever. And went in afterward, and there were a bunch of people sitting around watching Michigan, Ohio State. Now, there's one guy, he said to me, he's like, you know this about me, I'm a Michigan fan. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't remember who everyone's college allegiance is to, much less a college that you didn't go to. But he's in there wearing, like, not just a shirt that says Michigan. It's like some fan shirt with some, like, Michigan logo on it. And he's in there cheering on Michigan. I'm like, it's the most obnoxious freaking thing on the planet to have someone who has, like, no connection to the school or the team or the state or anything to just cheer for it loudly, like it really means something to you, like it's in your DNA. This was in the clubhouse after we played on Saturday.
But he's from here.
I don't know where he's from, probably.
My point is he lives here. He never lived in Michigan. He's just a Michigan fan.
Yeah, and it's like
that's a little odd.
Been to games there, I guess, but I started talking to him, like, maybe he hasn't been since the early 90s. I'm like, that's the last time I went to a game in Ann Arbor. Like, I'm as much of a fan as you are, and I hate them, based on your, traveling to the actual stadium and your engagement with the team. But he's in there watching it. That was obnoxious, but not nearly as obnoxious as what someone else did. And we'll get to that at 7 o'clock.
I can't wait. I was alerted to this over the weekend, and I watched it, and I'm like, oh.
Perhaps the most locally...
You better make sure that you get this out there before whoever did it realizes what he had done and pulls it down. Is it still up there, 12?
I haven't checked yet this morning.
Okay.
I do have a screen-grabbed version. Actually, you know what? It's fun. Perfect timing, John. I just dropped it into the Rundown channel on Slack, and clicking on the link, and yes, it's still up.
It's still up there.
So you can watch it again in preparation.
Boy. All right, 7 o'clock. But, one of those deals where you get so carried away with your team, it makes you do kind of odd things. And odd thing maybe rooting for Michigan in the clubhouse when you've had a few, or odd things when you root for the other team.
I guess. I mean, I don't understand it. Just this, like...
Well, Michigan State. You went to Michigan State.
Yes.
Were they ever any good while you were there?
No.
Okay.
Basketball, they were okay.
Basketball was always good as long as Izzo's been there. But football,
I was there for Judd Heathcote.
Oh, well, then you lose that time.
Steve Smith and Mike Poplawski.
I'm happy for both of them, but no, not nearly as good. No, but
the story I always tell, by the way, is that Mike Poplawski saved Bobby Hurley from drowning.
I don't know that story.
Okay. I have no idea if it's true. I've told it so many times that it might as well be.
Okay.
They both got either drafted or, let's just say, jobs with the Sacramento Kings.
Hurley was drafted there.
Okay.
If I remember right.
I think Poplawski ended up there.
Okay.
All right. But whatever. Whether he got drafted, who knows how they did. I don't know how they did, the lower level collegiate players trying to get in the NBA,
right.
35 years ago. But I believe they were both there. And Bobby Hurley got in a car accident leaving a game one night or a practice or something, and again, the story as I tell it, because I heard it once, was like unconscious face down in a ditch, and Poplawski, who was the center at Michigan State, and they're in Sacramento, happened upon the scene of the accident and pulled him out of the ditch so he didn't drown. Is it true? I don't know.
All right.
But I've told it so many times.
Sure.
It's true in my mind.
Okay.
It's like I'm a great chess player in my mind.
Here's a book.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
I don't know. I root for Michigan State, but like their terrible football season, I don't really care. I can only care about so much. They've been, pretty bad or not quite good enough for so long that I'm just used to it. There's no expectation of them being good. Now, is there an expectation that they can figure out the head coaching position and not hire some sociopath who's going to start sexting with the woman that they brought in to talk about sexual violence against women. No, they couldn't figure that out. So they hired a football coach whose mind took him to a place where he thought it was okay to start sexting a woman who had actually been brought in to talk about not sexually abusing women. It's unbelievable, but that's what he did.
Okay.
All right. You know this.
Yes.
You know this story.
I do know this story.
The guy that they hired, they now owe $33 million to.
Right.
And they fired him after the biggest win of the season. Big beatdown over Maryland. What a kick in the teeth that is. But do I really care? No. I don't care enough to show up at some random restaurant with like a shirt on and start rooting on the team. I kind of get it from.
Did you ever sit in the student section when you were there?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
You ever, you wore the green face paint, green, whatever, you'd go crazy? No. Okay.
No.
Because I can't see you doing that under any circumstances.
But I did, for basketball, which was just easier and better and more games to go to. I think our student tickets for the year for the entire package was $72.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. It worked out to like $6 a game or something like that. But in the student section, they gave you a T-shirt, and you had to be there, and you had to wear the T-shirt. And if you weren't going to go, you had to give your ticket to somebody else and give them the T-shirt to wear. I mean, they were like serious about it.
Sure.
So yeah, it was fun.
At least you had a team to root for. I went to a Division III school that lost like the last 18 games I was there for. I mean, they were horrible when I was there. So, I mean, there was no tailgating before games. I mean, there was nothing. You got like 1,000 people in the stands. It was bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least you had the full experience. I never had that. When I used to go to big schools to visit friends, like I remember I went to a small school in Western New York State when I went to visit friends who were at like Penn State and Ohio State. I was at Ohio State during Greek week one year. I was like, oh my God, this is like another planet. Penn State, you have fraternity houses that are bigger than the dorms on my campus. I mean, it was a completely different lifestyle, to say the least.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I missed out. I missed out on this big part of college life by not going to a big school.
I mean, yes and no, because I think what happens, and someone told me this earlier this year when my daughter was making her final decision on where she was going to go and whether she was going to be at a big school or a smaller school. And someone said, you can always make a big school feel smaller, but you can't make a small school feel bigger.
That's true.
And what ends up happening is you get to your big school and then you immediately start making it smaller with your group of friends and the things that you want to do and all this other stuff. You're talking about the huge fraternity houses that are bigger than the dorms and this and that. If that doesn't interest you, you don't do it. So while it's there, it's really not a part of your college experience.
Sure.
It's just something that's there. So did you miss out? I guess in having the option to make it feel smaller, but everyone does the same thing. You get there and then you have a little, you create some insulation. You create your own, place within that place.
But at the same time, in a smaller school, if you make a mistake, if you are out where you shouldn't be at times, or you might have spent time with the wrong person, or you did something really dumb, the entire campus knows about it, and you are a marked person for the rest of that year.
Did you get into some trouble, John?
Nothing serious, but
what'd you do? What did you do?
It isn't a big deal. I was talking more along the lines of other people, not myself.
Was there like a smothering fetish spa just off campus, like in the seedy part of town that you got caught walking into?
Let's say college is an experimental phase for everybody, and it might have leaked.
Was there like a strip mall with like a weird falafel restaurant right next to it? There was a storefront and it was just called So Much Buns.
No.
And you went in there after the bar one night?
It was more along the lines of I found this part of myself that I was unaware of until I got to school, and then I met the right person to kind of introduce me to it.
What?
Well, you were talking about the large butt thing, and that is where I discovered that I indeed enjoyed it.
Was it a woman that you met?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so your first big butt was in college?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
A pioneer.
Oh, sure.
That wasn't a thing back then.
No, it was. I was like, huh.
So
How
you were into big asses in the 80s.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
You're a vanguard.
He really is.
Thank you.
This is groundbreaking,
Thank
John.
you.
I'm
I
impressed.
appreciate that.
Was it your freshman year?
No, it was my sophomore year.
What calendar year was that? 86?
Something like that, 87. But that's where I discovered.
So when the entire world is going the other direction,
right,
flat, small,
yeah,
you said no, I'm going this way.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
You really crowded over there. Let's find out what's over here.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, hey, how about this? There are very few moments in life where a door opens up and you unlock something where like, the air,
so to speak.
Not in this
it
case,
just
but
smells like butt.
In theory, you're like, oh, the air over here, it's wide open, you know.
But ironically, it's wide open for me to be smothered.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's not in this case. It is ironic in this case, but yeah, I discovered this part of myself I didn't know existed.
Always ask.
And from that point on, it was.
I had no idea it was that early on. All
right.
right.
But again, you do that. Getting back to my original point, you do that, you become a marked man. You're like, okay, well, I was thinking about introducing this person to Wallach, but now probably not a good idea because I heard he likes this. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
So I started down, not knowing it at the time, I started down a path that I was,
destined to be on for the rest of your life.
Pretty much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, John. We'll find out what happened last night. We'll go through that. And then, Mike Dussault is going to join us at 7:20 from Patriots.com.
I'm not prepared for the trivia. You're going to have to do that with him.
That's fine.
The Jaws trivia.
I don't even have to look it up. I can
okay.
just come
Well, then
up with
we're
something
good.
off the top of my head.
It's okay. The segment's going to be mostly John and Mike talking about how Steve Grogan passed away. That's going to be probably 18 minutes of the 22 minutes.
And Mike was not alive when Grogan played, though, so I don't know how good this is going to be.
He probably was.
Yeah. Mike was alive in the mid-'80s?
Dussault?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know how old he is.
No.
I've never met him. So.
Oh, he's got a youthful countenance and a.
How old is Mike?
Just 45.
Oh,
probably.
okay. All right, so we can speak the same
Something
language.
like that.
Okay, very good.
But, there is the game tonight.
Countdown to kickoff. 14 hours to go.
What are you doing up so early?
You're going to be too tired for the big game.
Better make time for a nap.
40 winks, a little snooze, get some shut-eye, big guy.
Ain't that the truth? You got to plan the rest of this day out, man. That's a long one. I mean, we all have the bye week coming up after this, so we just got to get through tonight, John.
Sleep is for losers. Hardy.
Let's just refer to this Patriots team as we. Possessive collective pronouns for the rest of the day as we get ready for Monday Night Football.
Have you ever said that? Have you ever said in your entire life, we're playing this team?
Oh, I'm sure.
At Michigan State or when you watch the Pistons or whatever. Have you ever said that?
I'm sure I have. I mean, I tried to stop myself and not make a habit of it. But I've long said that it's okay if you went to that school and it's that team. Because technically, yes, you are both Spartans. Or in Burt Breer's case, Buckeyes.
Right.
So I'm sure he's going to drop some possessive pronouns on us at 7 o'clock when we re-listen to the Albert Breer audio from over the weekend. But that'll be coming up. And then coming up next, what happened last night and over the weekend, even on Thanksgiving. We'll get to all of it coming up here on Toucher and Hardy.
More Toucher and continues on the Sports Hub.
Did you catch a game last night?
It's Toucher and Hardy without Fred today. He's got a tooth. What happened last night is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lepresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Get hair. Here's something that would not happen if Fred were here. Blind Scott, you're on. Hello, Blind Scott.
So Fred stopped taking his Prozac, and he has a tooth. So originally he probably thought he was grinding his teeth because of his Prozac, but then now he's not here at work today because he has a tooth that's actually loose, and it's embedded in his mouth. And he's been asking his dentist about it for a while, and they're like, oh, let's just watch it for a while. So they waited and waited and waited, and now it's an emergency, and he can't come to work, and it's really painful. And you can't find a surgeon over the weekend to work on a tooth on Thanksgiving weekend, so now he has to take work off, so it's affected work. So now this dentist who was giving him a hard time about canceling an appointment that time has cost the listeners a whole day of work, so we can't hear Fred, and his tooth is messed up, and he's off his medication, and we don't know where he is, and we haven't heard him in 5 days now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you're blaming the dentist because he has a bad relationship with that dentist.
Yeah, because it was a dental problem. You know, teeth become a big deal, and if you've ever had a bad tooth before, the dentist can really take ownership of your mouth if you let him. So he's not even at work today. This could be like, anything. You know what I mean? Like It could trigger something in Fred's intestines.
It could.
Intestinal pain.
It could very well turn into the diverticulitis or any other ailment that you want to choose. Thank you for that, Scott. They said that's the first thing they teach you in
Great idea, by the way.
It's the first thing they teach you in dental school. You can take ownership of the mouth. That's what you're supposed to do.
How did that turn into a lower intestine problem? I kind of missed that.
Because everything's connected. The tooth bone's connected to the stomach bone.
Got it.
Wallach, like that old song.
That's on me. Sorry.
Fred was traveling over the weekend. I think he got back on Saturday, though, although travel from Michigan on Saturday was perilous. Because
why? Oh, the snow. That's right. And in Arbor.
Yeah. So I don't know. All right. Very good. What happened last night? So we're gonna do all the things that we would normally do on a Monday, including going around the NFL and all that stuff. But there were games starting, first of all, John, on Thursday. And we're not going to highlight, do anything like really comprehensive breakdown wise. But I would like to thank my Lions for blowing up my parlay first thing on Thanksgiving. Like everybody else, like every other jamoke out there, I'm picking three things on those three games, and we're going to start with the Lions. And what, of course, did they do to me?
They lost, and they didn't look very good at times.
No.
They lost by a touchdown, and they lost by a touchdown at home to a Packers team that, even though they have a good record, I don't think is particularly good offensively.
No, I'm with you. I do not think that they're all that good. Now, they, of course, beat the Lions in week 1 of the season, but what did that compel me to do? As I'm sitting amongst family and friends, that forced me into a corner where I had to get stupid. And I had to start doing money line bets.
You doubled down to try and cover your losses?
The first thing that I did was I had already doubled down on the Lions. I said, they're going to get me off. They're going to get me started off right on this parlay. And I'm giving the points, and I feel good about that. But I'm going to make an even bigger bet on just the Lions money line to kind of, start my day off with, a little cash in my pocket. So that's all gone. That's all gone. I can tell they're going to lose this game. I had no belief I would say start of the fourth quarter they were going to win that game.
You, who is prickly on a good day, now you're trapped with family and friends. Now the Lions have lost. That's bad enough. You've lost money because you bet on the Lions. That's twice as bad. And now you're going to chase, which is a problem unto itself. And you have people trying to talk to you and generate conversation. I almost wish I was there just to watch you go through this, because this is an obstacle course of terror for you. I'm envisioning this in my mind and thinking this is one of those times where you need a laugh track.
Okay, look, it could have gone really bad, but the one who isn't here, talked about last season betting Michigan State basketball on the money line when they're down in a game.
Right.
So I excuse myself to another room to kind of lick my wounds, and dinner's already over, and thinking, oh, what's going on? Oh, Michigan State, North Carolina is on here in another room, and Michigan State is down 7. I immediately bet them on the money line plus 200.
Ooh,
boom. Then I said, you know what? Let's take all the plus money for the rest of the day, and I went plus money on the Cowboys, money line, and I went plus money on the Bengals.
Wow.
And not only did I make up for the double loss on the Lions, I ended up making more than I would have made had the parlay hit.
There's an unexpected surprise, because both of those bets could have very easily gone the other way, all things considered. You didn't know Lamar Jackson was going to be that bad.
Oh, I knew.
And you didn't know that Kansas City was going to lose.
John, I knew.
Well, I think it was more hope than knowing, but okay. It's like, my day is bad enough. It can't get any worse. Let's just do this. I think that's what that was about.
I knew exactly how it was going to go down. All right, we'll get to the Celtics here in a minute, but let's go ahead and talk about the Commanders last night, as they were taking on the Denver Broncos, a team that we all agree is the one team that you do want to play in the playoffs. I mean, this team is ripe for the picking. There's no one here to object. So the Broncos, easy pickings in the playoffs.
Sure.
And the Commanders seemed to think so, at least early on last night.
Mariota throwing a fade route.
Oh, my gosh!
One-handed catch! Touchdown! Touchdown, Washington! Unreal grab by Burks!
Are you serious, Trey Burks? Who needs two hands when you can go up and make a one-handed snag and grab like that?
Well, when you've got an all-worlder like Marcus Mariota throwing the pass to you, you got to come down with that sumbitch.
Well, first of all, that was an unbelievable catch. But unfortunately for Burks, that was probably the third best catch of the day, if you were watching. I mean, yesterday was a day for, oh, my God, how did that happen?
Okay, so
that happened 2 other times in the afternoon, and then Burks wrapped it up last night.
So when we go later around the NFL, we'll get to the Nakua catch, which I think was a better catch. I mean, he's spun around the wrong way, and I mean, it's just...
Yeah,
it was...
Brought it in backhanded. Did you see Brock Bowers? Did you see that catch?
No, I did not.
Oh, my God. He was lying on his back, pulled it in one-handed, lying down flat with a guy on top of him in the end zone. That was Nakua's catch was fantastic. Bowers was right there with that, and Burks was unbelievable. So you had 3 great catches in one day, 3 different teams.
All right, so that's the Commanders there in the third quarter. Denver would have an answer.
Nix turns, hands to Harvey. Harvey left side into the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. Third rushing touchdown of the season for the rookie, R.J. Harvey.
This game would eventually go to overtime last night. You didn't stay up for this game.
No, I did not.
Did you, Chuck?
No.
Okay, all right. No, but overtime.
Here's the snap. Mariota throws to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown! Touchdown, Washington! A slant to Terry that gives Washington the opportunity to tie or go for a win.
2. They're going for 2. They're going for 2. 3 guarantees in life. Death, taxes, and Terry McLaurin winning on the slant route.
What the hell was that? Was that a guy on the radio, or was that a microphone with a fan near the end zone? Was that a guy who gets paid? That was a guy who gets paid?
I believe that was the Commander's radio call.
Wow.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
So
by the way, you take Zolak at his biggest homer moment. That can't light a candle to what we just heard. Even unicorns and show ponies and where's the beef, that comes up short to what we just heard.
Look, it's Sunday Night Football. It's a game you probably have no expectation of winning. Now you have just made it a 1-point game in overtime.
Yeah, your season has been terrible. You're a 3-win team. You've been bad all year. You're in a game. Congratulations. It's overtime. All right.
This is their Super Bowl, so let them have some fun. I don't have a problem with the call. He's
That's insane.
John, he's getting a little excited.
Okay.
What's wrong with this?
Or go for a win.
2. They're going for 2. They're going for 2. 3 guarantees in life. Death, Texans and Terry McLaurin winning on the slap rock.
You're right. I take it all back. Oh, my God. All right, so I'm hanging on the edge of my seat. They went for 2. What happened?
Denver with the blitz on the way. Ball deflected by Nick Bonito, and the Broncos win it. Great play by Nick Bonito. He came untouched. And the Broncos in overtime have beaten the Commanders 27-26.
Okay, Fred is not here. The running gag is you don't want to play that Denver defense. You don't want to play that Denver defense. Well, Washington played that Denver defense with a backup quarterback in Marcus Mariota. They had over 400 yards of offense and 30 first downs. So the Denver defense, while I agree it is very, very good, did not play well last night. They were very fortunate to come away with a win last night.
Yeah, I wonder if Denver is second-guessing themselves at all in terms of how they approach that game. And maybe I'm not giving enough credit to Marcus Mariota. I mean, we've seen him so much now that you don't think much of him, but
he's fine, but he's not nearly good. He's not good enough to put 400 yards of offense on a defense like that.
I guess if you've got enough experience, though, the fact that you're facing a tough defense is not going to rattle you as much as it would be if you're, second or even a third-year guy.
Look, Washington is a terrible team this year. They're lousy. What are they, 3-9 after losing last night? Something like that. They are terrible, and they made that Denver defense look ordinary for long periods of time. So maybe it's just a bad game. That happens. There are a lot of games to play during a season, but just for this game, Patriots fans can look and go, oh, you know what? Maybe they can go to Denver or play Denver and succeed. Because I agree. Historically speaking, when the Patriots go to Denver, they lose. I mean, that's been since I was a kid. They for whatever reason, they lost to Elway, they lost to Peyton Manning. Whenever you go play, there's that famous Champ Bailey return when Brady got picked in the end zone. I mean, that was in Denver. So, I mean, it happens. It's happened a lot. But last night, if you looked at that Denver defense, you're like, oh, okay, ordinary.
They didn't look like anything special last
Correct.
night. All right, we'll find out what happened with the Celtics last night as they took on the Cavaliers. And Lane Kiffin, once again, on the move. We'll get to all that coming up next. Hold on. was your Thanksgiving? That's a terrible edit on that song.
That was bad. I'd forgotten how bad that was. That was one of the first ones I did when I took over.
I didn't mean to be a dick about it.
No. I don't feel like you're a dick at all. It's a bad edit. That's why we rarely use this one.
How was your Thanksgiving, John?
How many people you have at your house on Thanksgiving?
0.
Or how many people were at your gathering, that you went to on Thanksgiving?
Let's call it 15.
Okay. For the first time in I don't remember how long, all the family left the house, my house, Monday morning. It was just the 4 of us, myself, my wife, and my 2 kids for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
It was great. It was quiet. The meal was easy, and it was awesome. I was just ate my face off, fell asleep early. It was incredible. No stress at all.
Now, do you do the whole thing when it's just the 4 of you? I mean, is it like the turkey and all the sides and like all the stuff that you would normally do?
No turkey. We stopped turkey about 3 or 4 years ago. Kids are like, do we really have to?
It's a solidarity thing.
Yeah.
You don't feel right doing it.
No.
Anymore. You just it's cannibalistic tendencies.
Right.
Trying to stay away from.
So we had the filet and we had a bunch of side dishes and that was it. It was great.
Filet.
Yep. Filet for everybody.
Who did the fillets?
My wife did the fillets.
Where?
Sorry, Hardy, oven.
No, that's fine.
I know you're very particular about these things.
No.
Oven.
If
oven,
like,
a little
like a cast iron in the oven.
Yes, I believe that's the case. Yes,
you have no idea. What
no, I'm trying to remember. I was there. It wasn't like I sat in another room and waited. I was there, helped to get things together. But no, I don't know if it was cast iron or not.
I have filet on Thanksgiving too.
No turkey.
A filet of fish.
Oh. No line. It's really
fantastic.
In and out.
Have to wait at all.
Sometimes they give you 2 because they feel bad for you. You're eating a fillet of fish on Thanksgiving. Now, look, I'm jealous because we had 2 turkeys where I were, and everything was delicious. I mean, every bit of food was great. But as good as the turkey was, is it as good as even like a mediocre filet? No, because it's still turkey.
Nope. We had filet and we did have the stuffing because I love stuffing. Sausage stuffing, green bean casserole with those French fried onions on top. We had mashed potatoes, gravy. It was fantastic.
Good for you.
Awesome.
All right. Celtics in Cleveland last night to take on the Cavaliers, and Peyton Pritchard here early on as the Celtics had the early lead, then gave it up. Fear not when Peyton Pritchard is on the floor.
Jaylen Brown return to Pritchard, deep 3. Right side is good again.
Oh, that was quick.
Very quick. It happened. There it is.
Let's skip here.
There's no ambiance. There's no setting of the scene. That's what happened.
Let's get closer to the end of the game. Celtics would have a big, or one would think a big enough lead late in this game, but as we know, everyone makes a run in the NBA.
Just to give it context, in case we have the same problem again. Patriots. Celtics were
we don't.
Celtics were up.
Hello.
I want to get that. Celtics were up 11 with about 90 seconds left. Okay? Up 11.
11 points.
90 seconds left.
You should be fine.
Yeah.
Ball in the hands of Garland. Cavs still alive, down by 6. 49 seconds to go. Garland to his left. Tillman in front of him. Zip past Mitchell. Quick 3. Got it. It's a 3-point game.
That's right. 112-109. Who will come to the rescue once again?
Cavs do not have to foul. Everybody on their feet. Pritchard down the right side. Pull up 12-footer. Got it.
Oh, the man is gold tonight. He's golden.
40 points at that point. 114-109. Cavaliers weren't done, though. 114-109. How much time left in the game at this point, John?
About
less than a minute.
20 seconds. It was. Time was running out.
Donovan Mitchell across half court. Crazy deep 3 is good. 2-point game. 20.5 to go.
That was a 30-footer. And it was a Steph Curry thing. He just stepped over midcourt and just inside the logo decided, you know what, this is going up. But he's Donovan Mitchell, so he made it.
That made it 114-112. However, the Celtics would hang on to that 2-point margin and get the win 117-114. won 15. You watched all or most of this game last night?
Yes, I did.
How are the Cavaliers looking? I know how Donovan Mitchell looks. How's everyone else look?
They're not playing well. They had Evan Mobley, who is sneaky one of the better players in the league right now, Defensive Player of the Year in the league last season, and turned himself into a very good offensive weapon. They didn't have their top rebounder, Jared Allen. He didn't play last night, but the Celtics outplayed them for long periods of time. They didn't have Derek White, and they didn't have Demetrius Queta. Queta had 19 points and 18 rebounds the night before in Minnesota, but he had playing on a sprained ankle, so they sat him out second night of a back-to-back. Celtics still rebounded the ball really well. So I don't know what's going on with Cleveland, considering that the Celtics and Indiana are now down this year, and the East seems wide open. Cleveland, who was the best team in the East for long periods of time last season, should be playing better than this. Celtics won. They're 11-9. Cleveland now 12-9 after losing last night. They should be a lot better than this, and they're not.
Two things, if you want to identify maybe the soft spot on that Cavaliers lineup. DeAndre Hunter was a minus 31 last night.
Yeah.
How do you played 27 minutes and was a minus 31?
Yeah, Darius Garland, who is their point guard, who hit another crazy deep three to make it real close at the end.
Holy crap! What is it with this thing?
We'll fix it during the break.
Then we better hurry. So he was a minus 27, and he was a minus 32 midway through the third quarter.
Okay.
This is your point guard now. I mean, this is, as I said,
brutal.
Cleveland has the players out there that should be succeeding, and they're not. I don't know what's going on with them.
Meanwhile, Peyton Pritchard finished with 42 points last night. He was just making everything, apparently. Jaylen Brown, 3 of 13 from the field, 1 of 4 on his three-pointers. Was out there for the entirety of the game, essentially, 38 minutes, and only managed 19 points. So a bad shooting night. I swear to God, can you just pot it down?
Yeah, I got you turned off.
No,
you were going to a highlight there, so I brought you back up.
Triple-double for Jaylen Brown, by the way, even though he shot 3 of 13 from the field, and no Derek White last night. So Peyton Pritchard, the guy who was getting the ball down the stretch, shot 15 of 22 from the field.
All right, so who's up next for the Celtics?
Knicks at home tomorrow night.
Be careful. Knicks, they're rolling.
Okay.
They're all right.
If you say so.
Do you want to get to the Lane Kiffin stuff, or you want to push it here for a minute?
Let's push it here for a minute. Yeah.
Let's push it here for a minute, and I can also figure out how to turn off this freaking thing. I'm sorry, I don't know.
No, Nick will come in and get it sorted out for you.
Nicholas on the case. Here we
will
go.
he?
Yep.
Yeah. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it all sorted out for you. You want me to send it? If you want, I can send him in now, or at least get him started, so that way, because if he starts walking now, by the time we get into the break. He's in there.
Can you play that during the commercial?
Yeah.
Nick, I want you to teach me to fish so that I can eat for a lifetime. If you just give me the fish, I will only eat for today. Nick's gonna come in here. Nick, why can I hear the phone ringing on this thing? Is it on this? Oh, yep. No, you just pushed me out of the way there.
He means business.
He's going to mute in the lower right-hand corner, right? Is that what's going on? Is he muting in the lower right-hand corner?
He's into the sound settings. That's it?
Right, he just muted it, right?
All right.
There you go.
No, it's there's more to it than that. Hey, you know what?
Nicholas, don't go anywhere.
Look at that wagon he's dragging. Thank you, Nick. All right. Lane Kiffin and, of course, Bert Breer's big weekend. We'll do that next here on Toucher and Hardy.
2 games behind the Patriots, first place in the division. Bills come to town a week from Sunday. Also, Denver's now 10-2. They beat the Washington Commanders last night, 27-26. Celtics are 2 games over 500 after a nice win in Cleveland last night, 117-115. Joe Mazzulla got 42 points from Peyton Pritchard on a night where he didn't have Derek White.
Yeah, I mean, he has he puts obviously a ton of pressure on himself, and you just always know in games where he's not the best version of himself, he's going to bounce back quickly. It's a sign of a great player, and he did that, and he got off to a great start, even with the foul trouble. But you just kind of saw a difference just in his approach, his mindset, and really his aggressiveness, and it was a hell of a game from him.
Jaylen Brown added 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists on the night when the Green didn't have starting center Neemias Queta. They're 11-9 now. They've won 6 out of 8. They play the Knicks at TD Garden tomorrow night. And the Bruins are off until tomorrow night when they wrap up a home in Detroit. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the 99 Restaurants. Celebrate the season at the Nines with a delicious holiday menu special like the creamy lobster carbonara or the baked stuffed shrimp and lobster combo. You gotta love the Nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
Wrist shot.
The Bruins.
Rebound score!
Play here. The Sports Hub.
My buddy and me.
With friends like these,
To climb up a tree.
you know.
We're the best friends you can be, my buddy and me.
Now,
Me.
more of your best morning buddies, Dutcher and Hardy, on the Sport.
He rotates them when he's in here on Fridays. Yes.
Yeah, and listen, I am not at all downplaying or discounting the meaningfulness, even for the number 1 ranked team in the country, to be playing its biggest rival. Right? This is in many ways unless you're going to a major championship, the most important game of the year, or national championship game, the most important game of the year, and even with playoffs at stake, this is still ranks highly in terms of how you feel about your season based on the outcome of this game.
And Ohio State hadn't beaten Michigan in a while as well, heading into Saturday.
It's been a big problem for them, and I get it. I get it as a fan of a team that only wishes they had a rivalry that garnered this much attention, because
Michigan State's natural rival is who?
Michigan.
It is Michigan. Okay.
But when you ask Michigan, they will say Ohio State, and they still think of Michigan State as little brother.
Kind of pisses you off a little bit.
It's just it's not as good a feeling when you feel one way about this rivalry and the other side doesn't feel it.
Sure. It's kind of like the Red Sox and the Yankees. Yankees like, yeah, for many, many years. Yeah,
right.
They're just kind of over there.
Now it became
they think more about us than we think about them.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, that's not a good position to be in.
Nope.
Okay.
I can kind of understand that. I do.
But for Ohio State and Michigan, there is no other answer for either team. It's not like, I got to think about it. Who do we really think of as a... No, that's the rivalry. That's the one everyone knows. And that is the one that is sustained and endured in college football. It's Michigan-Ohio State. Is there even a close second?
Does Army-Navy count?
As a thing and an event, yeah. But as an actual football game between teams that are at least one of whom is supposed to be good every year?
USC and UCLA had that for a while. I don't know. Does Notre Dame have a national rival? I have no.
I mean, Notre Dame, Miami was fun for a while.
Yeah, but that was for like a 10-year span.
Yeah, that's it.
It's Ohio State and Michigan. If not number 1, it's 1A. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So this is post game on Saturday after Ohio State gets the convincing win over Michigan. By the way, place where I watched the first half of the game, and the guy there who didn't go to Michigan but is the big Michigan fan, I convinced him at halftime to moneyline bet the Wolverines. I'm like, dude, you're going to get a great number on that right now. Just throw something down. And sure enough, it was like plus 800. I'm like, yeah, bet it. And his friends are looking at me like, really? And I shook my head. I'm like, no, I just want
I want him to lose money. I want this man to suffer after bothering me with this.
On these communists and diddlers over here from Ann Arbor.
If anyone ever wanted to know what it's like for Hardy or all of us to deal with Hardy off the air, this little story right here you pay attention because he was bothering you. You were upset at him. So instead of just going to another area of that,
I walked around the other side of the
room,
bar,
which I've been in, and it's very nice. And it's rather large, so there's room for the two of you in this room. Instead of just minding your business,
I walked around the horseshoe. I went over there.
You just decided to make sure not only did his team lose, you wanted to punish him.
I had the preamble going too. I'm like, look, man, I know it's not going great, but this was happening to me on Thanksgiving with my Lions, man. You know what I did? I money-lined a couple of bets. Here, take a look at it right now. You got something? Oh, yeah, you're betting. Okay, here, do that. Look at that, plus 800, dude. Put some money down on your Wolverines.
You wanted him to stay away from you and to suffer.
And, like,
just one wasn't good enough.
Pay attention to it during the game. You don't even have to wait it out to the end. You can sell it back and make some money. They never got it close.
This is you in a nutshell. I'm so happy you're telling this story. Okay, so he lost a bunch of money thanks to you.
That wasn't it was enough, though.
Okay.
$1 is enough. Albert Breer, though.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. What a night for him.
He's an Ohio State fan. He likes Ohio State.
An Ohio State alum.
Okay, got it.
An Ohio State supporter. And if you listen to this audio, you would think somehow intimately involved with the day-to-day operations of the football team. It's confusing. Well, let's listen to it. Bert Breer, video posted on Instagram after the game.
I felt good.
Wait a sec. Why?
What is that?
He said that felt good. Why does it sound like that?
I felt good.
Why does it sound like that, John?
He's smoking a cigar, Hardy.
He's got a big stogie in his mouth.
And you know the burnt end is right near the camera, so you get the smoke wafting up. And by the way, the lighting, perfect. The lighting for this thing is great. He's kind of.
I felt good.
He's sitting. What would you say? It looks like a dark alley. It could be anywhere. I have no idea where he is, but he's not in a lit room.
The backside of his house because he's not allowed to smoke inside.
Okay, backside of his house. But you know, this is you can't be fully lit when it's time to be cool. You have to have the shadow. You have to have the burnt end of the cigar just appear out of darkness.
Right.
That's the way it works.
All right, so Harden understands. You got the victory cigar going. He said that felt good. All right, what else do you have, Bert?
So we did it up there.
Okay, let's do a counter here.
That's
Are you
one.
gonna count the puffs?
No, we're counting the wheeze. That's one.
Yeah, inclusive pronouns.
Yeah.
We talked about this earlier. How many times he would refer? Now again, I do allow this when you're talking about a school that you attended, because Bert is a Buckeye.
He's proud.
He's talking about the Buckeyes. All right, there's one.
So we did it up there in the snow, in their conditions.
Does it not snow in Ohio? I mean, what?
Not a balmy climate in Columbus. That's true. Pretty close to a lake last time I checked.
We did it up there in their conditions. I mean, like they ordered this for the day. It's like setting up the golf course for the Ryder Cup. You know, you get to decide what the weather is going to be like that day.
Yeah, it's 30 miles from the Great Lakes, 35 miles. It's not like you're devoid of lake snow, lake effect snow, or any other kind of snow.
All right, that's
in their conditions. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong in the first quarter. We closed it out.
Okay. That is 2.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
We got it done. We closed it out.
With beating them at their own game in the second half.
Leaving lots of pregnant pauses in here.
Well, no.
I think as he's letting just the good feeling wash over him.
No, he's drawing
I felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's drawing out the tension. Do you not know how to do this? You can't just say these words over and over. You got to, you got to let it breathe. You got to let it take time. He's got some stuff to say, but it doesn't all need to be said right up front.
I felt good.
You need time for reflection. You want to make sure you get this
Beating
right.
them.
Yeah.
All right, Bert. All right. Their weather, their conditions.
Beating them at their own game.
Which is football. Okay.
in the second half.
Okay.
They got the conditions they wanted. They got the venue they wanted.
Oh, wait a second. I just heard something there. Hold on.
They got the venue they wanted.
He's cracking open a tall, cool one now.
Oh.
He's got the cigar lit, but things aren't complete until you.
They got the venue they wanted.
Can you actually hear the cigar puff here? Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Wait. He said they got the venue they wanted?
They got the conditions they wanted. They got the venue they wanted.
Right, because there's always a negotiation every year. Where are you going to play the Michigan-Ohio
Pretty
State
much
game?
standard. You alternate year to year. It just so happened it was in Ann Arbor this year, right?
No, it's a negotiation. Sometimes it's at a neutral site. Sometimes you do it on the moon. Sometimes you do it in Brazil. No! Last year it was in Columbus. This year it's in Ann Arbor. The hell are you talking about?
They got our 2 receivers banged up going into the game.
Oh, our 2 receivers.
Yes, that counts.
That counts as another one.
Sure it does.
Order's been restored. Go Bucks.
Okay, so that's a swallow, that's a puff, that's everything happening there at once. God bless. I mean, come on, Bert.
I felt good. In the snow.
I knew that I wouldn't.
In their conditions. I felt good. Everything that could go wrong.
I knew that I wouldn't.
Did go wrong in the first quarter. Good. Good.
I got you.
We close it out. Go Bucks.
Bert, look, he's got...
Will he post a video if Ohio State loses in the Big Ten final to Indiana this weekend? Will we get another video, or will he just be drunk somewhere?
Let's not gloss over what he's drinking, too. You remember what he was cracking a can of?
Was it a Natty Light?
Yeah, Natty Light going on. They're in good times and bad. Natty Light.
Bert does have more access to the team and to things going on with the team than the average fan. I grant you that. But it does come off as a little too involved sometimes with Bert. Like maybe he has a little more to do with this team on a day-to-day basis than he actually does, which is nothing.
Well, the fact
because he doesn't work for Ohio State football.
But the fact that you say day-to-day basis, I mean, he lives here. He doesn't live in Columbus.
And he's not employed by the university or by the football team, to my knowledge.
Right. I'm sure he's got Ryan Day's number on speed dial. I'm sure they talk constantly. But he's not working with the team. He's not in game planning meetings like they're going to meet and talk about Indiana this week. I don't think he's part of that.
I felt good.
Oh, I'm happy. Good. I wish I was as passionate.
But I
wish I went to a school that had a good football team.
I mean, is there a chance that he does actually have some unofficial role as a scout or something in his day-to-day conversations with the football team?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
No.
Do you think he thinks he does?
I think Bert is self-aware enough to realize that he does not. I'm
close it out.
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here. I think no. I'm saying no.
Beating them at their own game.
I don't know what game that is exactly.
I'm sure it has to do with the level of physicality or the line of scrimmage game or something. I don't know.
The most important thing is Michigan got the stadium they wanted to play in. They won the negotiating rights and decided we're going to play this game in Ann Arbor this year.
Well, they got everything.
In the snow.
Yeah.
In their conditions. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong in the first quarter.
Uh-huh.
We closed it out with beating them at their own game.
Oh, careful. Don't inhale that son of a bitch. You're going to make yourself sick.
It's just, I'm no cigar expert, but that does sound dangerous.
I felt good.
Well, I'm glad you feel good, Bert. I wish I felt this level of good about multiple teams.
Have you ever posted a video?
And maybe for Bert, this is it. Maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the one team that he actually cares about, and that's fine.
But have you ever been so happy about anything that you've posted a video of yourself, well, maybe I should have just stopped there. Have you ever been so happy about anything? But have you ever felt the need to post a video of yourself gloating about anything?
Something that I had nothing to do with? Well, I mean, because that's what it is. If you want to, if you go and win your 3-on-3 basketball tournament, and you want to post a video celebrating, I get it because you did that. But this is a game that took place hundreds and hundreds of miles away that had nothing to do with you, that you are posting the gloat video about. No, I don't think I've ever done that.
Like Michigan State won a big game while you were on campus. Would you ever do that?
No.
Okay.
No. The only thing I can ever remember doing is talking about, and this was years after the fact, when they beat Michigan at Michigan. I think Michigan was the number 1 ranked team in the country in 1990. Michigan State was unranked, and they essentially got the win on a no-call pass interference in the end zone. Michigan was going for 2 to try and save their season. And the Michigan State corner essentially leg tackled the receiver before the ball got there.
I remember that.
And it was no call. And, I mean, that was just funny more than anything. Like, Michigan State sucked. They had no business beating that team on that day, especially on a no call from the official with help. So I remember, but that's more just being a dick,
Yep.
Laughing at someone's misfortune. And it was years after the fact. It wasn't I wasn't on the radio the next day. I was still in college when that happened.
Something of note, too, gentlemen, this was premeditated. This wasn't like, Hollywood ending game and Bert's in his living room and he's having this explosive celebration and because he's overwhelmed with emotion in the moment. This was premeditated. He went out of doors, brought a cigar with him, lit it, brought a cold beer with him, ready to crack. Probably thought through what he was going to say beforehand.
The beer that Andy liked, making sure you can see the beer.
Yes.
That maybe is perhaps the most egregious of all the sins in this video.
That's
the premeditation.
That's true. I agree with that. Think about it. That camera with the phone he set up was still, he wasn't like holding it. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. He set up the phone, tripod, whatever it was, leaning up against I don't know what it was. But you want to talk about premeditation. Mm-hmm. He wasn't like holding the phone and saying, yeah, we got him again. And you see the phone moving all over the place.
Another excellent point.
Yeah.
All right. Mike Dussault is going to join us next as we have a Patriots game tonight. You know what? We'll save it. We'll do the countdown here in a moment here. Kickoff to countdown. It's like 13 hours from now.
Deuce would appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't want to deprive him of that. So we'll talk to Mike Dussault next. Hold on.
Gonna go to
What's going on, buddy? How are you? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Nice to talk to you.
You know we got a game tonight.
I do. I'm excited.
12. If you can pull me up here because we're a few minutes late on our countdown.
Countdown to kickoff. 13 hours to go.
Snack check. Snack check. Make sure you got a good assortment.
Just like Mike Reese.
Salty and sweet.
Savory and succulent.
And don't forget the brews.
It ain't football without a
Tall libation.
Cats Nation.
That, of course, is the spit take at the end of that after the tall libation, Pats Nation.
Mike, we've talked about Mike Reese and his snacks. I'm sure that you are well aware of these snacks. You sit close to him. What do you do to prepare yourself for game day?
Oh, man. Well, usually coming off the pregame show is hard to remember. It's a little bit of a sprint. So you got to grab your steak tips, grab your quiche and your potatoes, and get settled. Try to eat before the national anthem. I don't want to be disrespectful. Try to get my meal in before the game starts.
Yeah, you're not laying out the full spread that Mike Reese has there. Who, by the way, last time there was a 1:00 game, he told us he got to the stadium at 8:30.
He's a machine. I don't know how he gets through it all, but I'm glad that there's a nice balance of fruit, some sweets, but not too much. Being responsible there.
What time do you get to the stadium? I did the Patriots pregame show on Patriots.com, pre and post with Deuce and Paul Perillo for years.
Yeah.
And for years, I fought back against the 2-hour no commercial break pregame show, which is also on camera. It's not just on mic on the internet. So you're on the camera for 2 straight hours. I'm like, this is a lot. This is a lot. And I don't want to say who I yelled at, but
wait, you yelled at someone?
His initials are Fred Kirsch. And I'm like, hey, this is too much. Can we shorten this pregame show? No. What did you guys start doing this year, Deuce?
And we did. We went down to an hour now, and everybody's thrilled.
Because you can say everything that you need to say in a pregame show, especially when you have no commercial breaks, in about 15 minutes.
Nice.
If you extend it to 30, that's a lot. An hour is more than enough. 2 hours, we ended up talking about Jaws more than anything in a pregame show.
We loved it.
I loved spending the time with you and Perillo, but it was too much, and we had to get to the stadium like at 9:30 on game days, and that was early. So what time do you have to get in now? Tonight is different because it's...
Yeah. Well, you like to get in for the atmosphere a little bit. Hardy, not everyone's like you who just walks in 6 minutes before the show opens, kicks the door open, plops down, grabs a donut, and, gets settled. We need a little show prep time. So we'll get there a little early tonight, feel the vibes. Monday Night Football.
I prep at home, buddy. Okay. I don't start working when I get to work. I've been working, the whole time. Don't you worry about me.
Right.
All right. So this is a big one tonight for a couple of reasons. Number one, obviously you want to maintain your position, and you're looking at seeding now for the playoffs and all these conversations that would have seemed ludicrous 2-3 months ago. But I look at what happens after the bye week here, and you're going to be home against Buffalo, who all of a sudden doesn't look like they're suffering the same issues they were suffering even just a few weeks ago.
Well, to be honest, you kind of figured they'd turn themselves around at some point. You just would hope that the Patriots had enough cushion.
Except this season is so weird, Mike. I don't know what to make of any team. My point only is this. Bills look like they haven't figured out. You could be looking at a loss there against Buffalo. Let's be honest with ourselves. What you don't want is to drop one tonight to a team that you should be able to beat, and then all of a sudden, after this great start to the season, suffer 2 losses in a row. To me, they can't think that way, but I can. I have the luxury of thinking that way, and wondering if that in any way kind of inspires them to get the job done tonight.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it'd be a great way to wrap up this start to the season, which has been amazing. I mean, I don't think any of us saw this coming with the way they've been reeling off wins, and certainly seems a little bit like they're limping toward the finish line here before the bye week with some of the injuries that have piled up. And, no Milton Williams, no Will Campbell, no Jared Wilson, no Brendan Schooler even on special teams. So every side of the ball is taking some hits. But I just try to look at this as like a national audience game tonight, a chance to really wrap up this first part of the season and put a great bow on it, maintain your spot atop the division or, and the conference. Heard the guys talking this week about being the first team to 11 wins. I know that means a lot to them. So, you're right. They got 4 big games coming up, and those are all going to count for a lot, especially with the way, playoff seeding's going. They've got a real chance to really get in, maybe even get that bye. So love to just sneak out with a win tonight. I think it's going to be tough, though. I just think these Giants are going to come in, play fast and loose, and, Jackson Dart can run. He can throw the ball down the field. So I think it's going to be a real challenge tonight. I'm kind of buckling up for a back-and-forth kind of game.
Talk about the injuries a little bit more, and you kind of touched on it a little bit. Both sides in the trenches. I mean, they're beaten up, defensive and offensive lines. What do you think the line of scrimmage is going to look like tonight?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I mean, look, the edges with Brian Burns and the rookie Abdul Carter, although he doesn't have a lot of sacks, he's certainly a disruptive kind of guy. I think Dexter Lawrence is a little banged up, but they've got as much talent up front as any team this Patriots squad has faced. And then to go in there, I think Ben Brown has played plenty at left guard to sub in for Jared Wilson. He's got good size. I think he's a good fit. And, Vidarian Lowe, the story came out this week of going through last year with, major shoulder surgery this offseason, wasn't available for most of the summer. So I'm here for the Vidarian Lowe redemption story tonight. I think Josh McDaniels understands, what's going on and will take steps to protect him. But again, those guys on the edges for the Giants can blow up any game. So I think really they've got to be really conscious about turnovers tonight, those kind of things that can flip these games. We know the Giants have been in a lot of close games down the stretch. So Patriots are going to have to be good with the football tonight for sure.
One thing that concerns me for the offense tonight, Mike, is the fact that, with your injuries on the left side, you could easily predict or assume that guys like Hunter Henry are going to be called into action to help protect Drake May over on that left side. Meanwhile, Hunter Henry has somewhat quietly asserted himself as one of the best receiving tight ends in football. When it comes to his blocking, I don't know enough about the X's and O's to know how he can get the job done there. But if he is called into action for some extra protection over there, you take away one of the best weapons that the Patriots have, even if he doesn't jump right off the page. And I know May's been spreading the ball around a lot this year, but he's been really good. Just statistically, I saw something the other day. He's behind only Kelsey and who's the other? I gotta go back and double check here.
You didn't do your prep, Hardy. Did you get there 1 minute before? Maybe a little more time at home for the prep, I guess.
No. How dare you?
That's a great line.
It was actually something that Wallach sent me last night, but he didn't encapsulate it for me. I need Wallach AI. I need WAI to kind of summarize the article for me.
What is it that you need?
It's from Reese's notes, but whatever.
Okay.
Does it worry you that they may not have Hunter Henry available as an offensive weapon tonight because he's going to be busy?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, look, everybody's going to have to chip in probably to help out on the edges, and that even if Will Campbell was out there, that'd probably be the case. But Austin Hooper back in there, I think he's been reliable in spots as well. And what I like about this offense so Hardy is just everybody seems to step up every week. You get a new guy stepping up, having a bunch of catches, even if it's not a volume with Kayshon Boutte catching the ball down the field. So in the past where it felt like, oh man, if they don't have Hunter Henry, they're going to be really in trouble. Now I feel like they have some other options, and Hunter Henry's been great and certainly a reliable target, and I love him down in the red zone, which is a spot tonight that I think will be critical. But I think they'll balance it out. Jack Westover maybe a little bit, chipping off the edge. Maybe you go, third tackle to manage that a little bit. So I'm sure Josh McDaniels have a creative plan to get around it without taking Hunter Henry too much out of it, especially in the red zone where I think he's so critical.
I think you get to a point where, as a Patriots fan, it was very easy to root for this team early because, okay, we're not expecting much. Let's just go watch, and anything they do well, oh, this is great. Now we're at a point where the Patriots have a lot more to lose, and games like this, I think, make a lot of fans feel uncomfortable because this is a 2-10 team, but the injuries kind of even things out a little bit. I think this is an uncomfortable watch for a lot of Patriots fans tonight.
I'm with you, John. I kind of feel like that. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, both teams haven't had a bye yet. So we talked a lot about it with the Patriots and, playing on a Monday night, this is as late as it can possibly go. So, the Giants have that build up of fatigue as well. And that's why I'd love to see the Patriots just play a clean game. I think it's going to be a fast and loose game, some big plays. But hopefully the Patriots able to make the plays down the stretch. But you look at these Giants, man, they've been in a lot of these games. And, with a rookie like Jackson Dart, who doesn't know what he doesn't know yet, I just expect him to come in here and throw caution to the wind. They're probably going to run him a little bit, maybe not as much as they were running him before he had the concussion.
I was just going to say, the last thing you do with your franchise quarterback is coming off a concussion is design rollouts.
Yeah, but a big part of what they do, and certainly down near the goal line, they've had plenty of scores this year with design runs to Jackson Dart. Do they keep that in the playbook? He had Cam Scatabo earlier this season, who was that goal line kind of back. So they want to run the ball with Tracy, but they don't have a lot of bodies left. So we'll see how they manage it tonight. New guy filling in at defensive coordinator too. What twists might he throw? So a lot of variables tonight.
All right, Deuce. There's been some talk earlier on about something that we don't really care about, but it's interesting to think about, and that is Coach of the Year. Mike Vrabel seemed to be asserting himself as that guy. I heard another name that got brought up over the weekend. Guy's ripping his shirt off in the locker room in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? Who would you pick right now between the two?
Oh, come on. I'm picking Vrabel, of course. But, I mean, look, the Bears have done a great job, too. And, I mean, I think really let's see how it goes down the stretch. Both these teams are, I mean, I guess if the Patriots win tonight, technically they're in second in the conference right now. But both those teams with new head coaches, second-year quarterbacks atop the conference. So it's impressive. But as you said earlier, Hardy, I think coming down these last 5 games with Buffalo and Baltimore and then closing out the division with Miami and the Jets, I still think you got a chance to maybe secure that award. But when I look at what Mike Vrabel's done with the talent here on this team and a lot of people looking at this team saying, 6 wins, I'd be happy. 6-7 wins, get back on track, feel good. And, now we're at 10 wins and we're talking about the schedule not being hard enough and all that stuff. So, I mean, Mike Vrabel's done an outstanding job, but, it's just a good example, I think, of it. There's many different ways to do it. We talk about it all the time. You want an offensive whiz kid coach with the tight pants, as we used to say, Hardy, or, a more of a defensive coach like Mike Vrabel who can rally the guys, and both guys are having success.
All right. You ready for your trivia questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. What type of liquor does Quint request as part of his payment?
Oh, boy, that's a good one, Hardy.
I'll give you a hint. 2 cases of what?
2 cases of, I don't know, scotch? I feel like scotch kind of a guy. Am I in the world?
Apricot brandy.
Apricot? Really?
Yes.
That doesn't seem like a...
The fact that you said really, I mean, really makes you question. I mean, nothing like went off and it jogged your memory and went, oh, that's right. You just said really. I mean, you're supposed to be the Jaws expert.
I mean,
Mike.
I was like peppermint schnapps. What are we, like 14-year-olds trying to sneak booze? Like, this is Quint. He's a salty sea dog. He should be drinking whiskey.
But you should know this. You even when Hardy says you should go, oh, that's right. Of course it's apricot whiskey.
I'm glad this is a mistake in the movie, I feel, and that this was not a hard enough liquor for Quint to be drinking. And so therefore, I refuse to acknowledge this one.
Actually, I just double-checked. It's 1 case of apricot brandy, but then Brody says 2 cases and dinner when you get back. All right. Hooper asked for directions to a hotel on the island. Where is he told to go?
You guys are getting me today, man.
Gentlemen, could you give me? Can you tell me where there is a good hotel I can stay at on the island?
Oh God, I'm thinking the only one I can think of is just take a step to the left, right? But that's for a meal, right?
No, it's close enough. You walk straight ahead.
Straight ahead. All right, close enough.
I mean, he got the name of the first victim, early on, which I'm sure you could tell us again. The woman who they find on the beach. Who was that?
Chrissy Watkins.
He knows Chrissy Watkins, but he doesn't know apricot brandy.
We got to respect the dead, Harry. Come on.
Which I would say apricot, but since Quint says apricot, that's how I say it now.
Okay.
Apricot brandy.
Apricot brandy.
Oh,
do you want to be embarrassed again? I've got one here that I thought you'd be able to get.
Let's try. I got to try to redeem myself here.
All right.
This is worth 3 points. The other ones are only worth 1.
Fair enough.
Okay. When they're showing off their scars, they're that's a moray eel, that's a thresher shark, it's a shark, and they're showing off all their battle wounds. Hooper pulls down his sweater and says, "You see that?" Or he pulls down his shirt and he goes, "Oh, you're wearing a sweater." And he says, "No, so and so and so."
Mary Ellen Moffat. She broke my heart.
Wow.
There it is.
Mary Ellen Moffat. Okay.
Let's go.
All right, well done.
I'm back, baby.
You redeemed yourself with Mary Ellen Moffat. Apricot brandy you should have got, though. All right, Mike Dussault. You can read him at Patriots.com and see the 1 hour Patriots pregame show on Patriots.com.
7 p.m. tonight, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, not the 2 that I used to have to do. You're still doing 2-hour postgame, right?
Oh, at least.
At least on a Monday night, you guys aren't going to be there for 2 hours tonight.
The 2 a.m. crowd, they're going to want the win broken down.
There's no chance. All right, Deuce, appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
All right,
See you, Mike.
There he goes. All right, so countdown to kickoff. We're now less than 13 hours to go. We'll continue and get to the Lane Kiffin story from over the weekend and also go around the NFL. All coming up here this morning on Toucher and Hardy. Hold on.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
It'll be the Patriots and New York Giants on Monday Night Football at Gillette Stadium tonight. Patriots bank.
It's Toucher and Hardy without Fred this morning. Mike Reese will be joining us here. I've learned at 9 o'clock. We have a very special surprise for Mike Reese today. I will say no more. Instead, we will talk about Lane Kiffin, who has, for weeks, been rumored to be leaving Ole Miss to go to LSU. Now that the decision has been made, Ole Miss told him, get the hell out of here, leave. Why is that a big deal? That happens all the time. Why is it a big deal, John?
Because this is the best season football-wise that Ole Miss has had in a generation. They're more than likely headed to the college football playoffs.
Yes.
I mean, this is the season that Ole Miss fans have been waiting for I don't know, ever. I don't think they've ever had a season this good.
He announced both things yesterday afternoon. So this has been hanging over them and a lot of debate as to whether or not he should stay, whether or not, obviously, what the best thing for Kiffin is, what he should be doing. So he did have a chance to speak and why he chose to go to a rival, LSU, and not stay at Ole Miss.
My heart was here, but I just, I talked to some mentors, Coach Carroll, Coach Saban, especially when Coach Carroll said, man, your dad would tell you to go, man, take the shot. Take the shot. You've accomplished a lot here. I always hated how we only gave 1 year to Tennessee and left. I really hated that feeling of that, even though it was an exciting year. But, I think that we gave a lot to this program and to the city. And, some of the most historic wins in this stadium that we've ever had and best regular season in the history of the school. So I feel proud of that part. But it became time. I talked to God and he told me it's time to take a new step. Oh, it's a new chapter.
It's a good one.
So there you
Wrap
go.
yourself in that cloak of religion. That makes you bulletproof. Good for you.
Now, he felt bad about only giving Tennessee 1 year. Was he fired from Tennessee?
No, he left.
Oh, that's right. He left. Just like he's leaving now. Yeah. How did Tennessee feel about him at the time?
Oh, if I remember correctly, there was a riot on campus and students blocked the football parking lot and wouldn't allow anyone to leave, even though he was already gone. But that's neither here nor there. People stormed Neyland Stadium.
I felt bad when I did this the last time, so I figured I'd do it again.
Well, he did it again. Don't forget, he did it again to Alabama.
Yeah.
I mean, right before Alabama went to the college football playoffs, he was the offensive coordinator, decided he had to leave for Florida Atlantic before the end of the football playoffs.
So
Saban, by the way, said, you know what? Fine. We'll be fine without you. Go right ahead.
Right. And he's not leaving as a head coach when he's leaving Alabama.
Right.
He's leaving.
Right. But again, it was 1 year gone.
Right. Now,
I think it was 1 year. Anyway, yes.
Obviously, he's not going to say the real reason, but the real reason is $12 million a year for 7 years. $12 million a year, 7 years. That's why he's leaving. Now, I know it's a good job, but if they had come with much less money, would he have taken that job? No. He would have stuck around. Saban is among those who are saying, look, this needs to change. Something needs to be done with the hiring process and how football coaches are much like they've done in the NFL, and they've changed in terms of when OCs and DCs can interview if you're in the playoffs. Like, you don't want these guys taking off and thinking about other things while the NFL playoffs are going on. Lane Kiffin is leaving before they even play a playoff game. They don't want him around. He has to leave. So what did he tell his other coaches? This is interesting.
There was I guess there's a narrative, because I had to talk to the players about that someone pumped a narrative in them that there was an ultimatum to coaches or something like that they had to go. There was nothing. Every coach has their own decision to make, and I would never give them ultimatums like that. And so, those are all their own individual decisions.
No, I wouldn't think that about him for a second. He's only doing this for himself.
Right.
So what is he going to rope other people into it and say, you have to do this too? And it's like, no, he's only thinking about him. He's literally thinking about himself, and that's it. It's the only person in the equation that he is factoring into this. And I'm talking to the players. I'm talking to the new recruits over at LSU already. No, you're thinking about yourself, Lane Kiffin. That's it. So I would not have charged him or alleged that he's trying to rope the other coaches to leave with him, because he doesn't care.
I look at this guy. This guy does it everywhere he goes, and if you hire him, you kind of have to half expect it that it's going to happen to you. So I don't know. The upset was he stayed at Mississippi for 6 years. That's the upset, and didn't leave beforehand. I mean, the last 2 years are pretty good also. But, as soon as he gets a better deal, he's gone. There's no loyalty involved, especially with this guy. You can't hire him and then turn around and be shocked that he's leaving. And by the way, LSU just paid over $50 million to Brian Kelly, if I remember correctly, because they couldn't get out of that contract. And now they're going to turn around and pay $70 more million, $80 more million to this guy?
It's unbelievable. All right. Did he want to stay?
Again, I totally respect Keith's decision.
So that was his decision?
Yeah. He asked me not to come to the meeting and said I couldn't come, but which I totally understand. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. We're trying to find a way, to make this work and coach the team and give the team the best chance to win. But I also, he's got a job to do. And like he said, he has to live here. Like he said, maybe all the national people understand why he should let me coach, but he has to live here. And it's a little different when you're the AD. So totally respect that. And Keith has been amazing to us over the 6 years.
What do you do if you're the athletic director at Ole Miss and your coach comes and says, hey, I'm leaving to go to LSU next year?
You realize what your place is. You realize that, yes, I'm an SEC school, and yes, we're really good, but ultimately my job isn't nearly as attractive as Alabama or LSU. It never has been, and it probably won't ever be. That's what you do if you're the athletic director. But you get slapped in the face again, and you're like, oh, okay, I thought we had raised our profile. I guess not.
But it's your job still as overseeing athletics to get this team as far into the playoffs as you can. Do you kick them out of the building?
Yes. If you have pride, yes, you do. If you want to treat your organization that way, if you want to, hold it to a higher standard, then you do. If my head coach doesn't want to be here, why is he still here? Why is he still employed?
Because he's going to give you the best chance to win in the playoffs.
Apparently LSU likes this guy who they just promoted to replace him. He was the guy in waiting anyway. If I have that situation and I love the school I'm with, then yeah, you kick him out and you move on.
I think it's more, and he makes a good point there. He said nationally, maybe for me sitting here, it seems like the less emotional and more logical decision to say, okay, this sucks. But as you said, John, he's been here longer than we thought he was going to be here.
Way longer.
We're into the playoffs now.
6 years, way longer.
If he's going to give us the best chance to win in the playoffs, might have to swallow our pride and let him stay here and coach. But locally, the noise is going to be so much so that it's going to be more of a distraction. And if you weigh those two things, what is going to win out here? The noise and the distractions, is that going to overpower the greater chance of winning that he's going to give you? Mm-hmm. Obviously, they feel that it is. So, pack up your stuff and get out of here.
The controversy around that team, the questions, that's just something as an AD you can do without. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I'd say, all right, I get it. We have the best team we've had in a generation. I looked it up. I think they were undefeated 1 year in the 60s. We have our best team in 60 years, 65 years, but I'm not dealing with this. This is crazy. So goodbye. And by the way, LSU is going to lose to Ole Miss next year. So what difference does it make?
All right, let's go around the NFL. We'll find out what else happened here yesterday. It happens every Thanksgiving weekend. You're sitting down and you're like, okay, what are the good games today? Oh, not that many games today. Sneaky small number of games yesterday, but enough for us to talk about, and that's what we'll do next. Hold on.
Stay tuned for more.
Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Paisley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Patriots had yesterday off, but they'll wrap up Week 13 of the NFL season tonight with a home game against the 2-10 New York Giants. Mark Bertrand and Chris Gasper begin our coverage with Patriots preview at 5:30 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bob Sosey and Scott Zolak have the kickoff at around 8:15. Rookie offensive lineman Jared Wilson and special teamer Brendan Schooler have already been ruled out. Defensive linemen Harold Landry and Kyrus Tonga are questionable. Buffalo won in Pittsburgh 26-7. They're 2 games behind the Patriots for first place in the division, and the Bills still have a game here in Foxborough a week from Sunday. Denver's now 10-2. They beat the Washington Commanders last night 27-26. Celtics used a 17-5 run at the end of the first half to take the lead, and they never gave it back in a 117-115 win in Cleveland. Peyton Pritchard scored 42 points and saw Jaylen Brown add a triple-double of 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists.
I mean, he just affects the game in so many ways. He can score like you see last night, but tonight, triple-double, helps get our team going. So, he's an exceptional player. He's a top player in this league.
Green have won 6 of 8. They'll play the Knicks at TD Garden tomorrow night. Bruins off until tomorrow night when they're in Detroit. And in college football news, Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin left yesterday to take the same job at LSU. Mississippi is headed to the college football playoffs, but Kiffin will not be joining them. Defensive coordinator Pete Golding has been promoted to take his place. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Rapid Flow Sewer and Drain Cleaning. Do what Beetle did and give your home the best gift of all. No more sewer backups with no-dig pipelining technology. 800-286-FLOW or rapidflowinc.com. Happy holidays from Rapid Flow. I'm John Wallach on Boston Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
New England plays here.
Down the right side, it's a separation, and a touchdown pass. Yes. Perfect dive from Drake May.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
Fred, what's it like to work with Hardy and Wallach?
What a golden ticket I've gotten.
There you have it. Toucher and Hardy resumes on the Sports Hub.
Around the NFL with Toucher and Hardy.
Hit somebody.
All right, it's time to go around the NFL. It's brought to you by Joyce Cooling and Heating in Nashua. Give your home the gift of a new Lennox heating system. Save up to $4,400 in rebates and tax credits. Schedule right online at joycecool.com. Happy holidays from Joyce. Fred is not with us today, so Wallach and I will take you around the NFL, starting with last night as the Broncos, 9-2 on the season, were in D.C. to take on the Commanders, sitting at 3-8. Commanders.
Mariota throwing a fade route. Oh, my gosh! One-handed catch! Touchdown! Touchdown, Washington! Unreal grab by Burks!
Are you serious, Trey Burks?
Yes, he was quite serious about that catch, and that catch, as good as it was, I still say not as good as Puka Nakua's in the Rams game.
And not as good as Brock Bowers either, the tight end for Vegas. Who, if you had a chance to look at that catch yet?
No. Here, I'll look at it right now, and I'll see if it belongs in the conversation because you won't shut up about it.
Trey Burks' catch is third behind that great catch by Bowers and an unbelievable catch by Nakua. And the catch I saw by Nakua, one of the best regular season catches I've ever seen. I mean, Super Bowl catches are better. The one Edelman had in the Super Bowl, the helmet catch by Tyree, that was better than what Nakua did yesterday. But, man, I mean, for some reason, yesterday we had a plethora of grabs, great grabs by receivers.
It's just a shame that all three of them ultimately were on the losing side.
Yeah, that's true.
So, all right, I'm looking at the Bowers one right now. It's pretty ridiculous. He's fighting off the defender with his right hand, and you're right, he's kind of down on the ground and scoops it. They must have looked at this a lot.
It had to go to replay. Well, it's a scoring play, so it was going to go to replay anyway, but they had to look at it for a long time, but the ball never touched the ground as he rolls over there.
I think Nakua's is more impressive.
Well, I would go Nakua, Bowers, Burks.
Okay, all right, I got you.
My three.
I got you.
As good as that Burks catch was for Washington last night, it was only third best. That was my point.
Odell Beckham Jr. has skewed this for everybody.
Yes.
And again, they were talking about the Odell Beckham Jr. catch, I think, last week.
Yeah.
So whether it was the anniversary or whatever it was. But the fact that there are 3 catches as impressive in one day in the NFL yesterday, unbelievable. And also hard to believe that none of these catches came on the winning side of things.
But more to the bigger point, because the Patriots and Denver are now 1-2 in the AFC. You keep an eye towards what Denver's doing, and Denver, while they won last night and they won in overtime, because I don't know if you're going to play the highlight again.
I am.
Okay,
indeed. Let's first here as the game went to overtime. Denver gets in the end zone. It's 27-20 at this point.
Mariota throws to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown! Touchdown, Washington! A slant to Terry that gives Washington the opportunity to tie or go for a win.
2. They're going for 2. They're going for 2. 3 guarantees in life. Death, taxes, and Terry McLaurin winning on the slant route.
That's right.
They held the microphone out the window to a fan who started screaming into the microphone.
My dad always used to say, because I would, hear this as a kid. There's only 2 certainties in life: death and taxes. And my dad would always say, "No, it's just death. You don't have to pay your taxes." He said, "You'll go to jail, but you don't have to."
Right.
He said, "Don't listen to that nonsense." He said, "Okay, I think that's poignant."
How old were you? How old were you when
I
you
was
did
like
this?
8.
Oh, okay.
Don't listen to that BS. You don't have to pay your taxes. You might go to jail, but you don't have to. All right, so they did, in fact, go for 2.
Denver with the blitz on the way. Ball deflected by Nick Bonito, and the Broncos win it. Great play by Nick Bonito. He came untouched, and the Broncos in overtime have beaten the Commanders 27-26.
Okay, this is important. We mentioned this earlier. This is important because the main concern, we give Fred a lot of crap about this, is Denver has a really good defense. And do you want to play that in the playoffs? Well, if you watch the Denver defense last night, they looked ordinary. Commanders with a backup quarterback rolled up 419 yards of offense and 30 first downs. I mean, they weren't busting for offensive talent there. I mean, their running backs are mediocre. Deebo Samuel isn't what he used to be. Terry McLaurin's coming back from yet another injury. And they went up and down the field on this team.
Mariota got loose a couple of times, and I don't think they were giving him enough respect. Now, he ended up attempting 50 passes last night as they were trying to keep themselves and get back into the game. But the fact that he carried the ball 10 times himself for 55 yards.
So there is hope. The Denver defense looked extremely average last night.
And fittingly for Sean Payton, it was his defense that sealed the victory.
It was big. We took a timeout just to get a look-see. It was kind of one of those Kodak situations where you want to just get a picture to see if they're going to come back and give you the same look. It was a zero pressure, so Nick's the free rusher. The irony is the ball hit his club hand, but it was good play by him.
All right, let's move on to the Buffalo Bills, who were at the Steelers, taking on Pittsburgh, who jumped out to an early lead.
Rodgers has Warren now to his left. Anderson in motion right to left. The handoff, Warren straight up the middle, following Anderson into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers.
7-0 Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers playing with a cast on his non-throwing hand, which he has multiple broken bones.
Multiple fractures, and according to what I read yesterday, one of the fractures is from severe blunt force trauma. I mean, it wasn't one of those things that it's not a stress fracture. He took a good shot on it. So if you watched the game yesterday, he had a really good-sized black-colored cast on that left wrist.
Buffalo's defense coming through here.
Rodgers darting, pressure in the pocket. He sacked and he fumbled. It's scooped up by Benford, and he races to the end zone for the touchdown. Joey Bosa with his team record 5th forced fumble of the season leads to a turnover and a touchdown for Buffalo. Oh, my.
Okay, did you see this play?
Yes.
Okay, so you know what you saw in the aftermath.
Yes.
He's playing with a broken wrist, which he lands on.
Lands on the broken wrist.
He got blindsided, so he lands on the broken wrist, fumbles the football, but his helmet also got jammed down onto his face, slicing open the top of his nose. So there's a great piece of video and a photo of Rodgers sitting up, holding his left wrist, bleeding all over his face, and I looked at that, and he's 41 now, and I looked at that, I said, this may be the last time we see him. If I'm 41 and I'm getting the crap knocked out of me like this, and I'm playing for a team that is going to go to the playoffs maybe and then lose in the first round again? I mean, why am I doing this? Why? I don't care how much they're paying me. I've chosen to do whatever I want anyway. I thought when he got sacked and I saw that photo, I didn't think we'd see Aaron Rodgers again.
So as insufferable as he is, and I agree he's not going to play again after this year, Mason Rudolph comes in, immediately throws a pick for Pittsburgh, and Rodgers comes back into the game. I mean, the fact that he went back in...
You got to give him credit for that.
I do give him credit for it.
I agree, but even when he came back in, he was awful.
Right, and Josh Allen was not.
Snap, Allen going to keep it, going to look to bust it outside, lowers the shoulder, the surge, pushing him forward, progress, he's in for the touchdown! The beast has been released! Touchdown!
So, once again, this game was in Pittsburgh as the Bills get the 26-7 win. Fans booing, chants of fire Tomlin. There's a lot going on. Aaron, do you understand why they're upset?
You know, they pay money for a ticket, so they have the right, good, bad, or indifferent, to say what they want. I totally understand the frustration. I've been booed on offense, even in Green Bay over the years, so that was a boo-worthy performance, and I understand the frustration.
But Aaron, is it all your fault? Come on. Tell us what you really think.
Oh, yeah.
It seemed like you and some of the receivers were off on some of the routes. How do you kind of go through that with your pass catchers where it's saying, hey, maybe I saw this, you see this, iron those out over the last 5 minutes?
Okay, so if you missed the question, he's saying seems like you and the receivers weren't on the same page on some of those routes.
When there's film sessions, everybody shows up. And when I check through a route, you do the right route, you know?
Sounds like not everybody's going to the film sessions or paying attention to the film sessions, and guys are not where they're supposed to be on their routes.
But other than that, I'm sure things are fine in Pittsburgh. I mean, once again, we were talking about Washington's not busting for talent. Pittsburgh Steelers have DK Metcalf, but they're not. You don't look at that offensive group and go, wow, are we in trouble today? Now, I understand the Patriots lost to them, but they had to turn the ball over 5 times to do it. So I'm underwhelmed by Pittsburgh. And just a quick stat about Josh Allen before we move on. Josh Allen's rushing touchdown was the 75th of his career. He set a new record for NFL quarterbacks. He passed Cam Newton last night for the overall record. But as a quarterback, he is now in the top 25 all-time in rushing touchdowns. He's only 29.
And that's what you have to be thinking about as you get ready to play this game tonight, Patriots. You don't necessarily want to drop the ball tonight against the Giants, this team that you can beat, because the Bills are coming in here next after your bye week. And I'm not saying that you can't beat them again. Yeah, obviously you beat them once already this year. Yeah, you can get that win. But I'm not going to beat him up if Josh Allen comes in here and it has another Josh Allen-like game. The Bills are playing better, and if they end up losing that game to the Bills, do you want that to be your second loss in a row because you didn't take care of business on Monday night against the Giants?
All right. Buffalo they host the Bengals this next weekend, so that's going to be a tough game. But suppose Buffalo wins that game and you lose this one. Then Buffalo comes to town with first place on the line.
Exactly.
So
you don't want to mess
all
around
of a sudden it
that.
can be very uncomfortable if you lose this game tonight.
All right, let's move on here to the other candidate for the catch of the day as the Rams were in Carolina to play the Panthers.
Stafford floats it. Nakua's the target. Oh! Puka Nakua! Absolutely ridiculous.
I mean,
one of the best catches I've ever seen.
I've watched this thing several times now. Again, one arm not at his disposal. The one-handed catch bothers me when they can get the other arm up and they just choose not to. But I think in all 3 of these yesterday, the other arm wasn't available.
Okay, I would argue this might be a better catch than Odell Beckham's because he had to backhand it and bring it in while falling down while the left hand wasn't available to help him. I would argue because, now, again, both are fantastic. Beckham's was for a touchdown, but he had the hand where he could swipe it forward and bring it in. Nakua had to backhand it and bring it around. That was one of the, as I said, one of those athletic feats that you see that you look at in real time and go, oh my God, like that play-by-play guy just did.
I tell you what, watching this game, I had no doubt in my mind that the Rams were going to win this one.
Handoff off middle. This Rams running game downhill to the end zone. Kyron keeps pounding. The Rams are back on the high side.
Hell yeah, they are. 28-24, fourth quarter. I mean, there's no chance you're not going to get this done.
It's 4th and 2. Rams crowd the line of scrimmage with a one high safety look. Bryce off play action. Has time in the pocket. Throws downfield for McMillan. Makes the catch at the 20. He's got the 10, the 5. Touchdown, T-Mac. Touchdown, Carolina. And the Panthers take the lead with 6:34 to go.
And would hang on to that lead for a 31-28 win.
Okay. They went for it on 4th down, threw a deep ball and completed it. They handled everything the Rams threw at them. Could Carolina actually be decent? They're 7-6.
They're not bad.
I mean, but one other little sidelight about this. Matthew Stafford threw a bad pick in the end zone, popped up in the air. Nothing you could do about that, but then he threw one to the side that was just horrendous. 2 early interceptions in the first half, and he was very mediocre. 18 of 28, 243, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So now what does that do, Hardy, for the MVP race? The door is open for? Well,
I'll say Jonathan Taylor.
No, say it.
I haven't
the door
sold
is
my
open
bet
for
back
who,
yet.
Hardy? Say it.
Hold on a second.
Who's the door open for after
said-
Sam Darnold's 4 interception game?
Drake May.
That's right. Matthew Stafford looked really ordinary yesterday.
Oh.
All it takes is that one bad game for Drake May to step forward.
So
He has a good game tonight, Hardy.
My Jonathan Taylor prop, which I got a plus 1,400. I could have doubled my money on that. I'm sitting on a $20 profit just a few weeks ago. I can now cash out for $2.38.
Yeah. That's not good.
Jonathan Taylor not setting the world on fire lately. You talk about a pedestrian stat line for Matt Stafford because of those 2 picks. Bryce Young, nothing earth-shattering, but he was 15 of 20, so the completion percentage off the charts there at 75%, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns, more importantly, no interceptions.
It's the consistency of play. The thing that I appreciate the most about Bryce is regardless of the moment, regardless of the time in the game or the score, when I put the ball in his hands, he stays the same. He stays even, his eyes are in the right place, and then he executes the play and finds his best available receiver. And that's the part that I love just being able to count on with Bryce.
So you ask, are the Panthers good? They're going to go to the Saints for their next game on the 14th. So
Should
they
be a
also
win.
Yes. Yeah. So they have a bye. They have a late bye also. Yeah. Then they have the Buccaneers, Seahawks, and Buccaneers.
Okay.
They played the Bucs twice within their last 3 weeks.
Carolina,
that's a problem.
Carolina's a game and a half out of, or actually 2 games, as I'm looking at it, 2 games out of a playoff spot as we speak with 7-6. But considering, like the Patriots, how they were the last 2 years, they're right there. Something no one would have predicted. And Bryce Young might actually be good, which he wasn't the last 2 years.
The best I can say about them right now is they're not bad.
Yeah,
and I've been saying they're not bad
That's
for
miles ahead of where we were last year.
month and a half. All right. Well, more games from around the NFL. We'll get to those next.
More Toucher and Hart.
I'll call it a hot tooth. We don't know. It's broken. Is it hot? Is it infected?
Yeah.
We don't know. We're awaiting more information.
So it's possible this could be more than just a today thing.
I don't know.
Saying.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. I do know that the Texans were in Indianapolis to play the Colts yesterday. That I know.
Nick Chubb in the backfield. CJ under center. First and goal inside the 5. Stover in motion to the left. Here's the toss to Chubb. Needs some blocking. Chubb to the outside. Chubb to the goal line. Touchdown, Houston. Nick Chubb. And the Texans retake the lead on Indy.
Let me tell you something about the Texans, who I kind of dismissed and thought, fun to watch for a year or two. Not a whole lot going on. C.J. Stroud, 22 of 35 yesterday for 276 yards. Now, he didn't throw any touchdowns. He did throw one pick. But here's another team that was legitimately good. It wasn't a conversation like we're having about Carolina. Yes, the Texans were good. Then I thought they weren't. Are they good again?
7-5, and that defense.
Are they good again?
I'm working through this. I don't have an answer. I'm trying to work it through in my head as we're talking. 7-5. They have decent skill players, a great wide receiver. The defense, not to sound like Fred, but that Houston defense, death to a passing game. I mean, they are phenomenal defensively. They'd be a pain in the ass. I mean, it wouldn't be one of those things like, oh, thank God we got Houston in the playoffs.
Right.
Not now. Do I think they're going to win anything? No. But they're not a team you would look forward to in a one-game winner-take-all.
Well, the Colts weren't shut out or anything, but they did have their issues playing against the Texans' defense. Not always, though.
Daniel Jones.
Wide open. Goal line. Touchdown for the Colts. Tyler Warren. Touchdown. I-N-D-Y.
Oh, I see. Indy. Gotcha.
Houston, number 1 scoring defense in the NFL and under 17 points a game. Number 4 against the pass. So, yeah.
Look, you got to get two things you got to do for me, Indy. You got to get Jonathan Taylor in the end zone. You carry the ball 21 times for 85 yards, but no touchdowns. And you also have to win games. This MVP bet that I have on Jonathan Taylor is going nowhere but south unless you either allow him to score and, yes, preferably win a game. Tough to be an MVP for a team that doesn't win enough games. Now, the Colts are still 8-4, but a 20-16 loss in the Texans is not going to help me.
Houston, number 1 overall defensively, number 4 against the pass, number 4 against the run, number 1 scoring defense. I mean, this is not good. Not good at all. And if you have to go play them at home for some reason, not fun. So, yeah, Jonathan Taylor didn't get in the end zone because the defense is fantastic. And you saw it yesterday. Indianapolis, for lack of a better phrase, is good. Daniel Jones is working his way through an injury, but
playing on a broken leg.
I'm not going to get into specifics on it. I think I feel good enough to play. Doctors cleared me to play, so that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, reportedly a broken fibula. So
that's the big one, right? That's the big bone. That's like above the knee. That one.
That's a femur, John.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Okay.
Shane Steichen is
fibula's which one?
It's one of the other ones.
Okay.
Shane Steichen's frustrated.
You lose these tight games. Sometimes you win the tight games, but when you lose tight games, it's frustrating because you're like, shoot, we could have had that, we could have this, could have that. You look back, it's 3 or 4 plays when you lose the tight ones.
So, as you said, Texans moved to 7-5. Colts sitting at 8-4. Let's move to this Seattle Seahawks matchup here. Did you watch any of this game, John?
I did see some of this, and I felt
Now, do you wear one of your Seattle hats?
No,
when you're watching the Seahawks?
I don't have a Seahawk hat.
No, yeah, it doesn't have to be a Seahawk. You can just wear same team garb of some kind.
No, I did not. Not yesterday. No.
Seems like
I have, but I did not. Not yesterday.
Minnesota in Seattle to take on the Seahawks.
Handoff, play fake, Brosmer being chased. Brosmer is going to go down as he throws. It's intercepted. Coming back to the near side. Far side 50. Down to the 40. Being chased. 20. 10. It's Jones who is intercepted. His 4th pass of the year. And this one goes to the house. Boy, this rookie is getting a lesson right now.
Now, if you've seen this play, you know why they're laughing.
Oh. This is one of those games, and it doesn't happen a lot, but this is one of those games where I was just take him out. I don't care who's backing him up. There's no reason to leave the kid in there for this. This is awful. I felt terrible for him.
Max Brosmer,
24 years old, undrafted,
is scrambling out of the pocket. He's going back. He's going back. I guess he's trying to throw the ball away, but throws it right into the hands of Jones, who takes it
underhanded. It wasn't. He didn't throw it. You say throw. It was. He was holding it like a loaf of bread while being hit from the left side. Kind of submarined it. I don't know. He didn't throw it overhand. He kind of whipped it across his belt and just was. I don't know what he was doing. It was.
Well, he was throwing 4 picks on the day.
He panicked.
Including another one that Jones intercepted.
Shotgun. Throws inside. Slapped away. Tipped away. Picked off. Don't tell me it was Ernest Jones. It was his second interception. One was returned for a touchdown. This one gets tipped up after a crossing route.
Just absolute misery. Shutout there at home.
Please, just take him out. Take him out.
And afterward, you can't talk crap about him. You got to try and stick up for him.
I told him after the game this is great experience for him. It won't get harder than going to Seattle for your first start against that defense. But
excuse me, not at home. Yes, that's Seattle. Go ahead.
I told him that's great experience and an unbelievable learning op. As you get maybe more experience, which Max is going to play a long time in this league, you'll start to be able to. The game will slow down a little bit, even though he is what we believe to be a fast processor.
You better hope that JJ comes back. You have Detroit, you have Green Bay, you have Dallas. They're all there. They're all still left on the schedule for this team.
Just brutal.
I really hope this kid doesn't have to go back out there again. That's how bad I felt for him watching the game.
I mean, when
terrible.
the announcers are laughing, we expect it sometimes, but. That was one of the worst plays I've seen in a long time. All right, finally here, we have the Cleveland Browns. We have Shador Sanders. Everybody watching to see what he's going to do.
Back to pass against a 4-man rush. Steps up in the pocket. Lofts it down the left side. Fannin makes the catch in stride of the 10-yard line and down the left sideline. Trucks his way in for a touchdown.
All right, 34-yard touchdown passes. Cleveland is on the board. San Francisco trying to answer here with Brock Purdy.
Purdy's in the shotgun with McCaffrey to his left. Jennings left rather. Pearsall right. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Fakes the give. He runs left. He's got a nose for the goal line, and he's in for a 49ers touchdown.
I made it 17-8 49ers. Myles Garrett trying to get it done for Cleveland.
Here's Purdy. The give it to the block. Here comes Garrett. It's a sack, his first today. Pressure up the middle. Number 19. Number 1 in the NFL.
How does he only have 19? He got 5 against the Patriots.
Well, again, he always has 1, it would seem. He has 19 for the season. He's 3.5 sacks away from tying the single-season record. What week are we in? I mean, he's going to not just beat this, he's going to blow it apart.
I would expect so. Brock Purdy, though, later on sealing the victory for San Francisco there in Cleveland.
Shotgun snap, Purdy looks left, throws left, and a head-high catch made at the V in Cleveland by Jawan Jennings for a 49ers touchdown.
There you go, 26-8 the final. Shador Sanders, obviously, a lot of questions about him and leading up to it.
Before we get to that,
yes.
Just try and object. Now, did you see this game? Did you watch this game?
Just highlights.
Okay, I saw a little bit of this. Objectively, watching him play quarterback, he holds the ball far too long. I mean, look, you look at the numbers, 16 of 25, 149 yards and a touchdown. Is that good? Is that good? If take away his name was Shador Sanders, if his name was Joe Smith, and I said Joe Smith went 16 of 25 for 149 yards and a touchdown, what would you say?
I'd say it's okay. It's not terrible. I mean, it's his percentage is probably where it should be. It's not a ton of yards.
In today's NFL, his
it's
percentage is not good. Percentage is not good. He took 3 sacks, at least 1 or 2 of which he didn't have to. Hung in the pocket, waited far too long, got hit, got knocked down.
What I find weird about him, John, is that sometimes he'll move up in the pocket and then do these strange moves where I don't know if he knows what he's doing. Is he trying to evade? Is he trying to go down? Is he trying to spin out of a tackle? He looks indecisive.
The best part about Shador Sanders is the people that are Sanders truthers that love him, because there's literally nothing he could do to take them away from their point of view. If he does well, see, told you. If he doesn't do well, it's everybody else's fault. It's the head coach. It's the play calling. It's the offensive line in front of him. It's, you know what? The running game wasn't there. It's he doesn't have enough wide receivers. It's truly remarkable that this kid can literally do nothing wrong despite doing a lot of things wrong. It's incredible to watch.
And then there was a question in the postgame about whether the coaching is somehow to blame for this.
Did you like Kevin having the aggressiveness there, even backed up in your territory?
I mean, first, that's a rude question to ask. If I think, it was a great call by my coach,
Do you like the aggression? Not do you like the call, but do you like?
I like being out there playing. so whatever that comes with, it comes with. We're not going to be here ever point finger at no coach or do anything like that. That's extremely disrespectful, and that's not even in my place. So,
all right. Well, I thought he handled that okay.
That's not bad.
Thought he handled that fine.
Beaton didn't like it.
No, right? It's interesting, too.
What don't you like about that, Ryan?
Maybe you just don't like Shador.
I think he's just doing it all for the cameras. He's just doing it for the sound bites.
Most times I'd agree with you, but I don't agree with you on this one. I think that was a genuine response.
He's asking just such a simple question, and then he's turning around and that's rude. How's it rude? He's just doing his job asking questions.
Yeah, I don't think rude is the right answer, but for him to say, look, I'm not going to point the finger at a coach. I'm not going to point the finger at the play calling here. I like to be out there playing football. I find it hard to fault him for that. And fault him for other things. Fault him for not being ready. Fault him for showing up at his first exhibition game with an entourage and posing in front of the camera before he walks into the locker room. That's not great. It's also not great, like I said, this indecisiveness that you see when he's in the pocket. And it's like, oh, are you going to move up? Or are you going to go back? Are you going to slide here? Or are you going to try and keep the play alive? That's how you get hurt. I mean, those indecisive things. If you're going to go down, you're going to give yourself up. Give yourself up and go down. These half measures will end up, getting your leg snapped. You got to make a decision and stick with it.
Look, if you're Cleveland...
Easy for me to say I know, and it comes with experience, but he doesn't have that experience yet.
If you're Cleveland, beggars can't be choosers. I mean, anybody who can complete a pass and lead a drive and maybe score a few points, I want that guy at quarterback because I've wasted the last 30 years looking for one. But objectively, right now, he's no better than the guy he replaced, Dylan Gabriel.
Yes.
Dylan Gabriel's arm strength is equal to Sanders, if not better. And from all indications, Gabriel's a better leader from everything I've read. So, I mean, I don't know if they're thinking that Sanders has more to give to the game, but he doesn't have a strong arm. He's not quick. He can't evade the rush. He can't make up for mistakes. I don't know quite what it is that people see in him. They go, you know what? I can't believe you haven't given this kid a shot until now. Well, I can believe that.
Yeah.
He's no better than anybody else.
After watching him, now I get it.
Yeah.
Now I understand why.
I think I was pretty much right. I don't think he's really that good.
49ers now 9-4. Browns fall to 3-9. Patriots play tonight, taking on the Giants. More on that coming up. Mike Reese will join us at 9 o'clock here on Toucher and Hardy.
He's back with Fred on the Sports Hub.
Now,
Countdown to kickoff. 12 hours to go. If you're headed to the game, watch out for traffic.
Evening rush hour plus an 8:15 kickoff
Means Route 1 will be no fun.
Fill your tank
Empty your bladder.
and pack plenty of patience, Pats fans.
it's important. Fill the tank, empty the bladder, and be patient out there, huh? Thank you, Nick. Good tips.
Here's another tip. We talked to Fred, and we talked a lot about traffic getting down to Gillette, especially with rush hour traffic kind of tossed in there. If you wanted to get to Gillette Stadium, say you're not one of the hardcores and you don't get there when the lot's open, which is what, 4:30 for an 8:15 game?
Yeah,
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Say you want to get to Gillette about 6. You figure that'd be it. What time would you have to leave, say, here? If you live in Waltham and you want to get to Foxborough at 6 o'clock.
Well, we went through this whole exercise when Fred was going to go to the game, and then Milo ended up going. But I don't think it was as bad as anticipated. I think it was about an hour and a half, I think.
I mean, getting there 2 hours before kickoff, that seems like a reasonable thing. I'm just saying.
That seems unreasonable to me.
No?
I'm not showing up 2 hours before the game starts unless I'm working.
Okay. Let's pretend for a second it's not you we're talking about. Let's pretend.
I don't know why anybody would want to.
It's an actual fan who wants to get there early, kind of soak in the atmosphere, maybe grill a few brats.
1 hour. 1 hour is all you need.
No, not if you're a fan. If you're a fan, you tend to go earlier than that. So my question's still: pretend we're not talking about you.
What do you want? What do you want?
What time do you leave? What time do you leave here to get there at 6?
If I'm leaving from here and I want to be there at 6,
yes,
4:30.
I think that's too late. I think you need to leave earlier than that.
But I'm telling you, I think Milo did it a couple of weeks ago, and that's when he left. And I think he made it.
All right.
Look,
Okay.
I don't want to do it, and I'm not doing it.
No, your stance on this is very clear.
No. I did enough driving yesterday. I had to take, what's her name, back to school yesterday.
Your daughter?
Yeah,
Katie?
Yes, thank you. Who, by the way, I was a little annoyed with, like 2 days into being home for 9 days for the Thanksgiving break.
Oh, so you were fine with it for a while, but was it time for her to go back?
No. I didn't want her to go back.
Oh, okay, good.
It's the, readjusting to having someone back in the house who hasn't been there. And I'm like, oh, God, there's crap everywhere. And there's just, the noises and
random people calling her at all hours. Sure.
What do you think? No, the random people don't call. What do you think? We have a house phone?
No.
I don't even know what my home phone number is.
I don't have a home phone.
No,
no,
it's not like there's phones ringing. It's just, oh, that's right. Katie's still out. And does she have a curfew anymore? Like, we didn't even ask. It's like she doesn't have a curfew for 90% of her life now. So it seems odd to try and impose one now. And she was totally cool and responsible and didn't do anything to, push our limits on that. But by the time I had to take her back yesterday, and I told her, like, starting on Friday, I said, what's your plan for going back on Sunday? She said, I haven't thought about it. I said, good, here's the plan. Because Marcy went to pick her up a week ago Friday, whenever it was.
Yeah.
At this, before Thanksgiving week. And I said, I'm going to drive you back. And I'm looking at the weather on Sunday, and I'm thinking about, having to work this morning. I said, we are going to leave in the AM. And she said, what? I said, we are leaving to go back to school Sunday morning. I said, can we leave at like noon? I said, no, that's PM. I said, we are leaving.
What difference does a couple hours make? 10 a.m. to noon.
John, all the difference.
Okay.
Okay. So first I said 9 a.m. And she just...
That's a tough ask.
Well,
on a weekend.
That's
a tough ask.
I knew it wasn't going to be 9 a.m.
Oh, so this is a negotiating tool.
Yes,
I
come
see.
on. So I said 9 a.m. She said 11, and we settled on 10, which, of course, became 10:20.
Yep.
All right? We get out to school. We get to her dorm. Yeah, carry all her stuff in. There is no one there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is empty. She's the only kid back on her floor. Like all the doors are closed. And I've been, in her dorm now, I don't know, 3-4 times or something. And most every door is open. It's just kind of like this in-out policy was,
sure,
like it's a dorm, you know?
Yep.
Everybody's room is everybody's room. You just kind of going out. And I did feel bad. But I also didn't want to be it was snowing when we got out there. I mean, it had already started.
Really?
You take the Pike, you go 2 to 202. How do you get out there? Oh, where you are, you take the Pike. Yeah, never mind.
I thought we'd take the Pike, but it was Route 2 yesterday because of traffic on the Mass Pike.
Yeah.
For people, leaving the city or coming back to the city, at the end of a long holiday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to avoid all this.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So when it was all said and done, I was back home before 3 o'clock yesterday.
Oh, God bless.
That's good.
That's
really good time, actually.
Good call.
Oh, here's the other
coming back on Route 2. Well done.
Here's the other fun thing. We get to about Fitchburg, and she said, "I forgot my computer." What? I don't have my computer.
Man.
So I said, "Do you need it?" She does.
Yeah.
They do.
Uh-huh.
There are no textbooks.
No.
Finals coming up.
No.
Right? So I'm like, I just immediately called Marcy. I said, Katie forgot her computer. No, she didn't. I said, yeah, she did. Thump, 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 upstairs. Katie, it's on your bed. I know. I'm like, well.
Wait a minute.
She's like,
so you're in Fitchburg. I've been to Fitchburg. I know how far away that is.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Well, here's the other interesting part about this back and forth to UMass Amherst. There's a lot of people going back and forth to UMass Amherst. Now, for some reason, none of these kids want to buddy up and share rides and figure it out. They all want chauffeured one-on-one service. So I said, hey, how about one of your friends that lives literally 4 blocks away? Isn't her big brother going back? Yeah. Let's call him.
Oh, smart move.
So one of her friends whose brother is a sophomore was going back, I would say, at a reasonable time of 4 o'clock. So she was without her computer from, call it 12:30 yesterday afternoon till about 6 when he made it to school.
She must have had the
and
shakes by about 3. Jeez.
But they don't have TVs in their rooms. All she had was her phone in an empty dorm. I felt bad. I did.
No. You know what?
Builds character.
No. Hang on. You felt bad until you got in your car and realized that the traffic wasn't necessarily terrible coming back.
The traffic.
Then you didn't feel bad.
I didn't really hit. I hit a little bit around the prison there. At the Rotary.
Oh, yeah, the Rotary, yeah.
And then it's always on 95 and 128 south.
Yeah, from the Rotary all the way into 128.
Well,
be
pretty
really
much,
bad.
down to
from the
back
prison to
Canton,
128, it can be pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, there were more people, but I avoided, the weather and the traffic by leaving that early. And all Katie had to do was occupy herself.
So you felt bad for about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
maybe 20.
And she felt bad for 6 hours.
Yeah.
I'll give you a shortcut, buddy. Takes you right past Walden Pond. You'll love it.
I didn't need a shortcut. I'm fine.
No. Route 117 is not necessary. It really isn't.
It was all good. Look, we're gonna we had something planned here that we'll get to a little bit later. That's fine. I'd forgotten about taking my daughter back though to an empty haunted dormitory yesterday. I thought that would.
Wow.
I thought it was.
Katie, how are you? How long you been here for?
I didn't talk to her last night.
No, what I'm saying.
She talked to her mother.
Oh man.
Oh, when the kids come back?
Yeah, the kids come back. Katie, what's up? How long you been here for?
Forever.
No, the question is, are you honest or not in that case?
Yeah, I don't know because she probably doesn't want to expose herself as the person that's been alone in the dorm.
That's what I'm saying. The people show up at 4, 5, 6 o'clock. Katie, what time did you get here? About 3:30.
Well, she's going to be home in 2 weeks. She's going to be here this week. She's going to be there next week. She's coming home on Friday, I don't know. That's the 11th or 12th or something
you
like that.
You have to go out and get her again?
Oh, yeah. Somebody does.
Okay.
But she has a final the following week, but she has everyone else is leaving. So she's going to come home for like 4 days, then drive herself back for one more final, and then drive home right afterward. I'm like, okay, as long as you're driving to yourself, you can do whatever you want. That's fine.
Now, as a kid, and as you're 18, 19 years old, and you've been sitting alone in that dorm for about 3 or 4 hours,
Yeah.
someone asked me how long I've been there. I just got back.
I just
about
got
a half an hour ago.
And I'm not copping to this. Mike Reese will join us next, along with a very special guest. You don't want to miss this.
teams. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Paisley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Patriots have one more game to play before the bye week. It's tonight, Monday Night Football in Foxborough against the New York Giants. As expected, rookie offensive lineman Jared Wilson is out, along with Brendan Schooler. Defensive lineman Harold Landry and Kyrus Tonga are questionable. Mark Bertrand and Chris Gasper, a Patriots preview at 5:30 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bob Sosek and Scott Zolak will follow with kickoff at around 8:15. Patriots also need a win to keep the top seed in the AFC. Denver won again last night, 27-26 over the Washington Commanders to improve to 10-2. Buffalo beat Pittsburgh 26-7. They're 8-4. They come to Foxborough a week from Sunday. Celtics didn't have Derek White or starting center Neemias Queta last night in Cleveland, but they still won 117-115 over the Cavaliers. Peyton Pritchard, 42 points. Jaylen Brown added the fourth triple-double of his career with 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists. Celtics are 11-9. They're back home to play the Knicks tomorrow night. And in college football news, Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin left yesterday to take the same job at LSU. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. Our guys at Blue Sky would like to give thanks to all of their clients for trusting Blue Sky to get you back on your feet after a property disaster. Visit goblusky.com. Happy holidays from Blue Sky. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
If you've got the app, you've got Toucher and Hardy to wake you up no matter where you are.
Or who may or may not have been to jail.
Get the app. The 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
And we're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
It's Toucher and Hardy here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. No Fred today, which is a shame, but we are filling the space with not one but two guests. First of all, Mike Reese is here. Mike Reese is ESPN's NFL Nation reporter covering the Patriots. Mike, normally we get you on the Zoom or something like that. Today we actually have you here, so it's very nice to have you here.
Hardy, John, great to be with you. The Monday night game opens this up, right? Get down there to Gillette tonight and have a little time this morning. Wanted to come see you. Miss my guy Fred, so just want to give a shout out to Fred.
Thoughts and prayers.
When are you showing up at Gillette today? Is it 3? Is it 2? When do you show up?
It'll actually be earlier than that.
Oh, my God.
Well, no, because let me tell you why. I mean, and you won't be surprised at this. So ESPN broadcasting the game tonight.
Yeah.
And so we will have SportsCenter from the DraftKings Lounge at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And that's my team. You know, so I want to be there with my team, and hopefully I'll pop on and talk a little bit about an article that I have up on the site today about how Mike Vrabel galvanized the Patriots to this point faster than I think a lot of us realized he would.
Okay.
Well, I would assume you would get there nice and early because you love football. And I would say above all things. But there's one thing that you probably love as much as football, Mike, and that is your music. You are a music guy. You are a concert goer. You are a lover of music. And we wanted you here today, and I'm really glad that you could accommodate us for this special guest that we're going to bring in right now. Someone who apparently heard you and heard us speaking about them and said, actually, we're available if you would like to have a conversation.
That's unbelievable.
And do you have any idea who we might be talking about here?
It's got to be someone from probably the 80s, right? Because that's right in my wheelhouse, 70s, 80s.
It's an excellent guess.
Yeah. So that sounds great. And I just want to say, being with you guys is so fun. Stuff like this happens. It's just fantastic. I appreciate you guys.
Don't say any more because I think the excitement level is about to jump up 9 more notches. 12, if you could bring them up, please. As we welcome into the program, lead singer of Air Supply, Russell Hitchcock.
Russell!
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
What a treat and an honor to have you and Mike Reese on at the same time. We're all familiar with you, Russell, and your music, but no one more familiar than Mike Reese, the gentleman seated next to me here, who I can only imagine how many times you've seen him and how many times you've just celebrated this man and his work in person, Mike.
It's great, Russell. It's great to be with you. I was there in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, when I think you had said you've traveled the world. But
yes,
now that you've made it to Woonsocket, you can finally say, right? Do you remember that?
It's all downhill from here now, right?
Russell, you're in L.A. right now?
Yes, sir, yeah. I live in Orange County in California.
Okay, but this is a big year for you. Number one, I understand you recently got a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Is that true?
That's correct. We're going to be doing that ceremony on October the 8th next year, which is, I mean, you guys in showbiz, there are things that you would like to happen for you, but they never do. And we thought this wasn't going to happen, but we're very fortunate and very blessed to be able to achieve that goal.
Well, we're not in showbiz. Not like you, Russell. Not to the extent that you... Look,
you're in show business
for 50 years, wow. And this is the other big reason why it's a big year for you, celebrating 50 years as a duo that has had, I don't know how many number one hits. I mean, multiple consecutive number one hits on the charts, world renowned, and now Mike Reese sitting here with you. It's got to be just something that is beyond your wildest dreams, Mike.
It's incredible. And here's something you didn't mention, Hardy.
Go ahead.
Russell, I want to say this. Like, you're at where you are in your career, you're still recording and new music. Like, I don't know if you guys knew that. Like, they have all these great hits. And I was so inspired by that. And tell us about that. Like, what makes you want to keep producing new music in addition to the great hits?
Well, we haven't made a record. You guys remember what records were, right?
Oh, yeah.
We've just released a new one, in fact, yesterday, and it's called A Matter of Time. It's all brand new material. Our schedule is the biggest reason why we haven't recorded a new album. In fact, this one took 3 years because it was grab a weekend here or a week there, because we still do 130 plus shows a year, so it's hard to find time to do anything else. But we're very excited about it. It's a great project, all Graham Russell compositions. The album cover is something like you've never seen before. If you guys are nice, I might send you a copy for your turntables. But it's a great project. And, the thing is, I mean, I'm in the same boat as a lot of people. I go to see acts. I've seen the Eagles. I've seen AC/DC, Paul McCartney, and I want to go and hear the hits. So when people come to see us, they expect to hear Lost in Love and Here I Am and Sweet Dreams. We play a couple of new songs in the show, but, we don't really have a lot of time or enough time really to play everything that we'd like to play. But we'll start spiriting this new stuff into the show as we go. But it's a great project. Very thrilled to have it released. And another thing, I didn't think we'd make another recording, but I'm 76 now, so my window is slowly closing.
Well, don't say that, Russell. Russell Hitchcock, he is the lead singer of Air Supply. He's on with Mike Reese, who is a huge fan. Mike, you're probably one of those audience members that, yes, of course you want to hear the hits, but you embrace the new stuff too. I mean, you're into the new music when your favorite bands put out the new albums.
Absolutely. And I think that the other thing with Russell and Graham as a team, which I love seeing them together, have you seen their tour schedule? You got
130 dates you said you've done this year.
Every year. That's crazy.
How do you do that?
At this time.
Russell, how do you do that?
I've always said this. Somebody said to me years ago that the honeybee doesn't know that it's supposed to be able to fly because its body is too big for its wings. But it just does it. It doesn't think about it, doesn't know that it can't do it. So we just show up, do our thing, look at the schedule. I'm always asked, where are you going to play tomorrow? I say, I don't know. I show up and they put me in a car and take me to the gig and I do it. And then I go back to the hotel and get on a plane the next day. We just do it. It's in our genes, in our DNA now. And I love doing it. I hate most of it, travel, hotels, cancellations. But getting on stage is the thing for me. And, this kind of sounds cliched, but it's the truth. It's all for the fans. If they didn't show up, obviously, I'd probably be saying, would you like fries with that? But, we're very lucky. We have a group of fans all over the world that want to see us, and as long as we still feel good about doing it, and we still perform at a high level, and Mike can probably attest to that. We still sound great, and we look reasonably good. Our band is a bunch of young guys that makes us look better, so we're having fun still after all these years.
You guys do look great and healthy. I'm wondering, what is the groupie situation like at this stage of the game, Russell?
Airheads. We're airheads.
Oh, okay. Now, I'm not talking about you specifically, Mike.
Sorry, Russell.
No,
I'm talking about, Russell, you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Well, we joke now, which is, in fact, we played a show in, I don't know when the last one was, YouTube Theatre in Los Angeles. And for the first time in a few years, a young lady in the second row actually flashed me her boobs, which I thought, wow, this is pretty cool.
Now, when you say young, could you give me an approximate age?
Yes. Probably early 30s.
Wow! All right.
Wow.
Yeah, hey, man.
Okay.
We still got it.
That's fantastic.
We always say that we used to get panties and bras thrown at us. Now it's usually diapers and dentures, you know.
Just a bottle of Fix-A-Dent thrown up at you on the stage. Why not?
Right.
All right. So, Mike, how many times have you seen Air Supply?
Maybe 4 or 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you meet a fan like Mike Reese, someone who is not a 30-year-old flashing her boobs, does it throw you off at all, Russell, to think like, yeah, I understand that I'm grateful for the fan base, but maybe this isn't what I set out for in the 80s when we first started doing this?
Well, when you set out in the 80s, or any band, you can ask anyone. Most guys that join a band, it's for the girls, you know.
Sure.
And those days are quite over. Been for a long time. I mean, for me, because I'm happily married to my beautiful wife, Kerry, now. But I mean, that was part of the deal. And I guess it means that you're doing something right if ladies want to do that, because that means that they're involved with the music to the point where they're going to start undressing. So quite weird, but anyway, I'm happy with my job, and I have the best job in the world.
Russell, we're up here in New England, and we talk sports, and I report on American football, the Patriots, and one of the reasons I love coming to shows is it brings people together. It's sort of similar to sports. Like sports brings people together. You had a message at the show that I was at in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. The next night, you went to Springfield. I tried to do the double, but I just couldn't rally.
That's cool.
But could you pass along to the listeners the message that you talked to the crowd that I think you'd probably say, pretty much every show, just about kindness and sort of what you're trying to spread?
Yeah, I say it every night, that we believe that kindness goes a long way, and I believe that, but we also believe that love goes a lot further, and we always would ask our audience, and I'm going to ask you guys too, do something nice for somebody that you love, because it'll make them feel better, and it'll make you feel better as well too. And it's a bit of a corny message, but it is the truth in this day and age where everything's chaos and war and bedlam and all that stuff. It's nice to put something positive forward and, embrace love. Once again, here's another cliche. It makes the world go round. And there should be more of it. And, hopefully in our small way, for a couple of hours every night, we take people away from the chaos and the bills they have to pay and mortgage payments they're worrying about, just to listen to some good music and take them back to where they were when they first heard the songs and feel a little better when they leave.
Well, I just want to say thank you, Russell, because this has been super nice of you to wake up 3 hours before us here, share that message. I just want to tell you, I was in the front row. I had my arm around the person to my left, the person to my right. We were swaying back and forth, so you accomplished that goal for us, and I really appreciate you. I appreciate Graham. I got a little guitar pick. He's got a big guitar pick, Russell. That's
He does have
really?
a big fella. He's a big fella, He's 6'4".
Lefty.
Yes, he is too, and he plays his guitar upside down. He plays a right-handed guitar, just flips it over. Very unusual.
Oh, like Hendrix.
Yeah, kind of. Well, I think Hendrix restrung his guitar, but Graham doesn't.
One of them, Cobain, Hendrix, one of them did it like that. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah,
I don't know.
Hey, he's in good company, but he's still alive.
I would say Robbie Roadsteamer also did that, but I'm not sure you're familiar with him. I feel like I've done my nice thing for the day, though. I did a nice thing for someone I love. I got you, Russell, to come on the air with Mike Reese.
You're the man.
And we really appreciate it. So best of luck with everything. Congratulations. on the new album, Matter of Time.
Thank you. Yes.
On the continued touring and continued success, and really appreciate you taking the time with us this morning. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys having me very much, and go Chiefs.
Oh, Russell, no!
Home of the Patriots. Let's go Chiefs. All right.
You know what? They're all done.
I know, aren't they? They're toast.
They suck. Yeah.
I know, man. Tell me about it.
Do you have a?
Did you watch the game last night?
Yeah. Do you have a favorite NFL team? Is it the Chiefs?
It is the Chiefs, but I watch football anytime it's on, and I watched the Washington Denver game last night. I don't understand why Washington didn't just go for the extra point and.
I think because they have
they
have nothing to lose at this point in the season. Might as well,
That's true.
Might as well try and get a win. So, but
anyway.
I did appreciate the Chiefs losing outright on Thanksgiving because I took the Cowboys money line to help me make up all the money I lost on my beloved Lions earlier in the day.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, so I took care of business that way. Russell, once again, thank you so much. Appreciate the time.
Thanks, Russell.
Well, thanks for your time, guys. Have a good day.
Take care.
Thanks, you too. There you go.
So, how you feeling?
I felt like that was just like the encore at the end there. Like we were done with the interview, and then we got the football talk at the end with the Chiefs.
No, I mean, this is like the
We did the applause.
Yeah.
He left. He came back out, and he's like, oh, I got one more for you.
Chiefs. He dropped this with the Chiefs.
I think this is fantastic. You usually come in with a great attitude. Midday show when you're on with us. I see you. You're always smiling. Today is another level for you. Today, I think he's positively glowing.
You guys are great.
Front row at Air Supply. Look at you.
It was a lot of fun, and it just nice to just sort of connect, with the people. And I could tell, that what he was talking about, that it was very similar to what I heard at the show.
Here was the conversation. And by the way, now people don't have to buy a ticket to get that message. So I think that was actually
it's kindness.
Well, it was kind of you and kind of him to share it, but I hope it doesn't affect ticket sales down the road now that people have gotten the message for free.
I think they're going to be okay.
All right. They'll probably be fine.
130. He's 76. He does 130 shows a year.
John, it's inspiring.
That's like Springsteen-like. That's crazy.
But the thing with Mike, when we were talking about doing this, we had a 5-second conversation. Is this going to be okay? Will Mike know what's going on? Will he know who he's talking to? Should we give him any kind of a heads up? And we decided pretty quickly, no, he'll be fine. He'll be ready to roll with it. You knew the other guy's name.
Graham Russell.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
you knew what they were up to. You knew
Russell
about the
Hitchcock and Graham Russell, like the two Russells.
Of course, we all know that.
Yeah.
And you knew about the new album.
Yes.
You no prep required.
No. Yeah.
God bless you.
Front row. I can't get over that. Front row.
And okay, so a couple things, John. For us at our age, great, $98. So start with the ticket price. Like that is a nice number for a front row seat at a show.
Yeah.
Ticket time on the ticket 8:00. They came on at 8:00. They know their audience. They know their audience.
I like that a lot.
We were done at 9:45. So when Socket, Rhode Island to my house, I'm back home. Call it 10:30, 10:45. Like that is just
tremendous,
perfect for where we are. For where we are.
Yes.
Right? Like so they know. It's just anyone that wants to join. Come
you know what?
Come on.
We have discussed, he and I have discussed going to see Survivor. And unfortunately, that hasn't worked out because the lead singer, I think, is no longer with us.
That's right. Cameron Barton. I think,
really?
Yeah.
Wasn't he the guy that did the Real Men of Genius vocals?
And he, a young kid out of Tennessee, Nashville. And
I don't know about you, young kid. What are you talking about?
So
who's the young kid in Survivor?
I don't know if I had his right
name. The guy from Survivor,
Frankie Sullivan,
was the lead singer, the Eye of the Tiger guy. I think is the same guy who did the Real Man of
Jimmy
Genius.
Jameson. Jimmy Jameson no longer with us.
I met that guy. They came in. They toured around as the Real Men of Genius guys back on BCN.
Oh,
they were really funny. They would write songs on the spot. Oh, I didn't know that.
So so they were supposed to come around. You remember, John?
We were talking
I want to say and we had tickets to go down to Connecticut. Your wife's a big fan, and then they ended up having to cancel the show. And they have not been able to get, I think, the band back together, which is not uncommon for a lot of these 80s bands.
It's going to happen, yeah. All right, Mike, do you have time to stick around?
Let's go.
Okay, because we should probably talk about the Patriots.
You guys are the best.
All right, we'll do that.
Day.
We'll do that next. Hold on.
Toucher and Hardy will be right back.
Countdown to kickoff. 11 hours to go. Gear check. Is your jersey ready?
Did you remember to do the laundry after Sunday's game? Whoa, gotcha.
Don't be washing nothing in the middle of a winning streak, you stupid
Whoa.
That wasn't necessary.
Don't do that.
Nick went off script there. That's
He
not
did.
right. You can't be doing that.
But it is the win streak continues for these New England Patriots as they face the Giants tonight at Gillette Stadium. Mike Reese. I look at this game and I say, look, guys, you got a game you should win. You get the bye. Then you got Buffalo coming to town. Buffalo's playing better. It would not be shameful if you were to lose to Buffalo. Don't compound that by losing tonight and suffering 2 losses in a row for the first time at this critical juncture of the season.
Very fair. I agree with that. I think they should win tonight, but you look around the league, guys, I want to say there were 7 underdogs. Do I have that right? That won over this week. So it just reminds you that if you don't come with your game, anyone can beat you.
Well, there are a couple other things involved. We'll get to the injuries in a second, but Hardy and I were talking about this earlier. Buffalo has Cincinnati, which is not going to be a cakewalk this weekend, but if you somehow trip up and lose this one, and Buffalo goes and beats Cincinnati, all of a sudden they come to town with first place on the line. Patriots have been, I don't want to say coasting, but they've been operating at a higher level than everyone else, and they had some breathing room. You lose this one, all of a sudden the breathing room might be gone quickly.
I think so, and I think also, too, look what the Giants do well. They run the ball. 38, 39 rushing attempts the last 2 games. Patriots' run defense has allowed an average of 5 yards a carry to each of the last 3 opponents. So I think you just want to get back to playing some more fundamentally sound football in those areas. Just show that you can do that. Because I feel like I don't want to say they've plateaued, because that's a strong word, but I feel like they're hanging on to get to the bye, and I just want to, see if they can tighten it up a little bit tonight.
Injury-wise, who do they miss the most tonight, specifically against the Giants?
I feel like it's the left side of the offensive line. To me, that's a big drop-off when you go from Will Campbell, Jared Wilson, left tackle, left guard, to Vidarian Lowe and Ben Brown. And so I look at it like, okay, the Bills yesterday go into Pittsburgh without 2 of their offensive linemen.
Left and right tackle, right?
Yeah. And they pounded the crap out of the Steelers in the run game. So the Giants are coming in. They rank last in the league in terms of rush defense, giving up 158 yards a game, if I have the number right. Can you do a little bit of that? Run the ball with, try to make it easier on the new guys on the offensive line.
I'm wondering, and we talked to Mike Dussault earlier about this, the defensive line's pretty beat up too. We're really not sure who's going to play. Landry and Tonga are questionable, and you're already missing Milton Williams. The play in the trenches is so key to the way that Vrabel wants to operate. What do you think that's going to look like tonight?
So they talk about it, John. You got to build a wall, set the edge, and swarm. And I feel like we've seen some cracks in the wall. So I think inside you're going to have Christian Barmore and probably Corey Durden, who's been giving them some good reps.
What do you know about Landry and Tonga and their availability?
I feel like Landry's going to play. I talked to him this week, and I didn't get the sense that he didn't think he could go, that he was managing a knee injury that's been lingering since week 6. Tonga, I watched at practice. It didn't look to me like he did anything, so I think he's more in jeopardy of not playing.
It's wild to watch the way the AFC is unfolding. You talk about the underdogs who are winning over the weekend. If the Patriots weren't concerning themselves or thinking about long term in the season, they have to now. This has to be part of the calculus going forward and how they're going to play things. So for a game like tonight against the Giants, you obviously first and foremost want to get the win, but you have to be thinking about, all right, what lays down the road here? What do we want to use to our advantage tonight without showing other teams too much? Because now they're thinking about playoff seeding. They're thinking about, where they're going to go. So is that anything that they can afford to balance with right now, getting the win without showing too much of the playbook in an effort to do it? Or is it just win at all costs?
More the last thing. To me, Hardy, it's win at all costs. Get to that bye. That bye is sitting out there, and it would not surprise me if Mike Vrabel gave the players the whole week. Sometimes a team will have one practice during their bye week. They have been at this for 13 straight weeks and to empty the tank, refill the tank. Like I feel like it's kept, there's like a residual effect of that.
Win or lose the whole week?
Win or lose the whole week, because I think there's a process of just sort of recharging.
Based on the injuries right now and the guys who are either on IR or questionable, who's going to benefit the most from the bye week? I don't think it's Will Campbell. I don't think that necessarily impacts him one way or the other. I think he's probably got, a best case scenario that doesn't change because of the bye. So who benefits the most from the bye?
I'll go to Harold Landry.
Okay.
So you remember that play against the Saints when, he went down and it looked bad? I mean, Kairos Tonga, 335 pounds, sort of dives into his leg trying to make a tackle. He's been playing through it, Hardy. And I think just the idea of not having a game to get up for and just letting that knee rest in the pass rush. Right, like ultimately, like tonight, I'm wondering, can they heat Dart up, and get the ball, whether it's off a dart or interceptions. And Landry to me is a top pass rusher, so get some juice back after the bye.
I know Dart's more mobile than Jameis Winston, but in a way, do the Patriots catch a break that they don't see Winston? Only because Winston's wildly all over the place. 30 touchdowns and 30 picks in one season speaks to that. But Winston's best, if he finds it, is far better than Dart's best. So in a way, you take that off the table by starting Dart tonight.
And so and it's possible. I actually think it's even. But what you might benefit with Dart is the conversation with the Giants. I was reading my colleague Jordan Ranan had a great article today about how they got to protect Dart. Like, he's running so much that he's putting himself at risk with concussions, right? He's coming back from a concussion. He missed last 2 games, John. So are you going to get a quarterback that might be a little tentative because it's in his mind, I can't keep playing the way that I was playing? And does that happen? If that happens, I'm with you. Like, maybe they caught a break. I want to see how that manifests itself tonight.
You'd have to figure the play calling would be different. I mean, you have an interim head coach, a brand new defensive coordinator. You'd have to think fewer design runs to protect this kid, right?
I think fewer design runs for Dart, more traditional runs. Let's test that Patriots run defense to see if that 5 yards a carry they've been giving up the last 3 weeks to 3 different opponents carries into tonight.
I'm always worried about these. I'm always worried about everything.
Yeah,
if you don't worry about something, then you're overlooking something. But I tend to worry maybe more than I should about teams like the Giants with seemingly nothing to play for. They've got something to play for. What is it that they're playing for tonight?
Well, so you got coaches that might be coaching for their jobs, like Mike Kafka, their interim coach. He's a legitimate candidate for that job. And so I start with that, and then the other part is just everyone's watching. Like, look at last night. Like, if you would,
it's Monday. It's still Monday Night Football.
Those teams, the Broncos and the Commanders. Damn you! I was trying to go to bed early last night. Come on, man! It's 12 o'clock. I gotta get rested, and I can't stop watching. And I'm like, I think what you saw from the Commanders, expect that from the Giants. Everyone's watching. Like, it's the NFL, I'd be shocked if the Giants come in and lay down. Like, they're going to give you everything they have, and the Patriots, I feel like, have answered every challenge, this season. I don't expect them to overlook. Like, I don't believe that they would have a trap. I just wonder if it might catch up to them. The attrition.
Yeah, they can't possibly run the table here. I mean, that would be unprecedented. This is like 2007 if they wind up running the table here and finish 15-2. They're going to trip up somewhere. I just hope it isn't tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Well, I don't think it's going to be, but once again, I look at that Buffalo game looming. You saw what Buffalo did yesterday. I'm sure you've been watching them the last couple of weeks. Whatever issues they were dealing with, they seem to be figuring them out piece by piece. And that team that didn't look all that worrisome 3 weeks ago now looks like you can worry about them.
100%. They were the most impressive thing that I saw yesterday. The way they went into Pittsburgh and just bullied a defense with some really good players. T.J. Watt, Cameron Hayward, Jalen Ramsey. I mean, they punched them in the mouth in their own stadium. So that December 14th game, the Bills might be favored in that game, regardless of what happens tonight.
Interesting. And I know you had a piece on it during your news and notes, your Sunday piece. When do we find out whether or not that game is going to be flexed?
So, John, usually it's 12 days in advance.
So tomorrow?
Normally it would be tomorrow. Then I go read the fine print. And when you get to week 14 of the NFL, they give themselves a little more flexibility to go up to 6 days. But I think there is, on that game, just like scuttlebutt, not reporting this, but the buzz, if you will, is that it's going to stay at 1. Or the odds are higher that it would stay at 1. Part of it was a Sunday night game earlier in the season.
Okay.
So I don't know if they want to do a repeat. And
Why not 425?
Well, because I think there's another really good game. If we can pull it up, I think it might have been the Steelers-Lions, if I remember it off the top of my head.
Let me ask you something else from your notes then while John looks that up for us. Thank you, John. Mm-hmm. What did you have about Hunter Henry in your notes this week?
Hunter has the third most receptions for a tight end on third down over the last 2 years.
Oh, that was way more convoluted than I thought it was.
Well, Josh McDaniels said, one of the most unselfish players. Why?
Yes. No, but I was trying to bring up the fact that if Hunter Henry is called into protection duty tonight because of what's going on with the left side, you're taking away a great weapon. I said, he's like second or third only to Travis Kelce and someone else and something to have to do with tight ends, and then I lost it. But I wouldn't have remembered all that.
No,
There's too many facts.
Yeah, that's about third down, money play.
Yeah. And you don't want to look. I understand you need to keep Drake upright tonight, and you're someone is going to be called in to help on that side if they get to him early. But if it's Hunter or Austin Hooper or even one of your backs in a game where you're hoping to run the ball a lot against a bad run defense, that's going to impact how effective your offense is going to be.
Definitely. Did you
Yes.
get the game?
Packers in Denver, Colts in Seattle.
So those are
good, two 425
games. Those are good games, right? So I think that's why the buzz has been. And what's the Sunday game? The Sunday night game?
Vikings at Cowboys.
So now the Vikings are down, but it's the Cowboys. So I was thinking they might want to keep them on Sunday night, right?
The Cowboys. They're not going to move the Cowboys.
No, they're not moving the Cowboys off.
My God,
no chance.
Jerry Jones would lose his mind.
Then the next week for the Ravens game, I know the Sunday night game because I looked at it, was Bengals-Dolphins, which 2 weeks ago you might have said probably moves.
Yeah.
Does that change, based on what we've seen? And I think there's a couple other really good games.
Steelers in Detroit, Jaguars in Denver.
That's a good game.
What are your last chances to see Aaron Rodgers in the NFL?
That's
right. We get toward the end of the season.
That's right. In Sunday night, Cincinnati at Miami.
So I think as we talk about these flex, which I love the conversation, they're not the only game that could be flexed, which I think is interesting.
Well, it's funny you bring up like Miami because there are a handful of teams right now, and Miami wasn't one of them, but Carolina was the one that John and I were talking about earlier. The Panthers good?
Well, after what we saw week 4, how shocking is that? Does that now make the Patriots schedule harder? That was my thought,
I don't know because
you lost to the Steelers. So
they before they came here and got blown up by the Patriots, they just shut out Atlanta 30-0.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no idea what team was going to show up. So, but now they're playing much better.
Yeah, and so I think they are good. I mean, you don't beat the Rams yesterday if you're not a good team. The hard part for me, Hardy, is you see a team in week 4, and I'm so locked in on the Patriots. I have to tell you, I haven't seen really much of the Panthers at all since that time. So it's like you want to leave.
And who could blame you? It's not like they're appointment viewing every week. I can tell you more about what appears to be now a worse football team in the Chiefs just because I see them a lot more.
Exactly.
And I can tell you that they're not good. But I can't tell you if the Panthers are because I haven't seen them enough. Now I saw them against the Rams, looked like a good team there, but it's not a one-off. They've been playing some good games.
And I don't know how you mentioned the Rams.
They have some good wins.
They do. So I think you give them credit and you sort of leave that space to say teams evolve over the course of a year.
Yeah.
And what we saw in week 4 is probably the outlier for them. The other part about that game, and I'm curious your guys' thoughts on this, Panthers-Rams. Stafford, at one point, what do you have, 28 straight touchdown passes with no interceptions, and then I think it fell off the table, right, where they had a pick 6 and another pick.
He did, and the other part of it, the first interception was just bad luck. Got tipped at the line of scrimmage and was intercepted in the end zone. The second one was all on him.
All on him. So you take, and I don't know if you guys are MVP guys. I'm not really, but it does interest me a little bit. Like if Drake May plays big tonight on the Monday night stage, and then you balance what Stafford did in that game.
We were talking about it earlier. Sam Darnold was there, and then he threw 4 picks in a game, and he stepped back. It was Stafford and May neck and neck, and then Stafford has the bad game. If May comes out and lights the Giants up, get ready.
You need Jonathan Taylor, too. I heard you on my drive-in.
But there's no conversation like MVP that will generate more conversation leading up to it, and then once it's announced, everyone says, oh, who cares?
Yeah.
It's the weirdest freaking conversation that we have in sports. MVP. They announced the MVP. Whatever.
Well, the other part of it is the MVP is a quarterback award. I mean, Saquon Barkley ran for over 2,000 yards. Did he win the MVP last year? No, he won NFL Offensive Player of the Year, and they gave Josh Allen the MVP. Yeah. Much different.
Does the snack plan change for a night
game?
Oh,
yeah, good question.
Yeah, got to go lighter and need a little more sugar. Because when you're getting back to the press box seat at like 2 a.m, that's where you need like your jelly beans or something to just get you through.
Okay.
Yeah. You got anything you suggest?
Do you go like the full-size jelly beans like the Brock's, which are actually, if you buy them, I believe they're jelly bird eggs. I grew up thinking those were jelly beans, but the smaller actual bean-sized beans are the ones that people will tell you are the official jelly bean. Which one do you go with?
Jelly Belly.
I'm with you on this one.
What's your favorite?
Oh, God, flavor? I don't know. I don't have a favorite.
Watermelon is the answer.
No, it's not watermelon.
Give me a bag of Brock's. Give me a big bag of bread. The big ones. That's what I want. Yellow and red. Occasionally a purple.
It's boring. It's boring.
That's delicious is what that is.
But it's boring.
All right, Mike, thank you.
Here I am, the one that...
And thank you to Russell Hitchcock again.
I want you to clip that.
I appreciate
Send
you
it to
guys.
ESPN so they can use it this afternoon.
I appreciate you. That was fun.
Good stuff, Mike, as
Mike,
always.
man.
Appreciate you coming in. We'll be back with the stack next year on Toucher and Hardy.
Essentials.
on the show. It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
The Stack is brought to you by New England's largest Volkswagen dealer group at colonialvw.com, located in Medford, Wellesley, and Westboro. Come see the amazing finance and lease offers during VW's winter deal days. Yes, you can have it all at Colonial. And we hit the post. All right. Wallach was just telling me, as Fred is out today with a tooth, he's got a tooth. You broke a tooth flying on a plane from one destination to another during your honeymoon?
Yeah, we were.
Now, is this first marriage or second marriage? Because
second
your
marriage.
First marriage ended in divorce.
Yes, that's correct.
Second woman that you no longer speak with, you have no idea of her whereabouts.
Correct.
There was no conversation, communication between the two of you post-divorce.
There were a couple of things, but nothing in
Through the lawyers.
Yeah. So I've not spoken to her in many years.
So this is your current wife?
Yes.
You're flying from where to where?
We're flying from Kauai to Maui.
Can't hide money.
No.
Okay. So
honeymoon, Hardy.
All right.
Honeymoon.
All right.
2 weeks in Hawaii. Kauai first week, Maui second week.
So the first week is great. You're on the plane. Now you're going to Maui for leg 2 of the honeymoon.
Correct. And I had a Mentos in my mouth, bit down on it. I felt something give, and I was like, it didn't hurt. But then, I go to the bathroom, and I feel this jagged edge of tooth in the back corner of my mouth. I'm like, oh, God. And I sit back down, and I tell my wife, I think I broke my tooth. And
she's like, who is this decrepit, falling apart?
That's right.
Awful person that I married.
So we get to the hotel. I talk to the concierge. I'm like, all right, what's the deal? I mean, can you help me? And she gave me, I have 3 dentists I want you to try. First dentist I called, no, I'm sorry, sir, we can't fit you in today. Second dentist, I can't get through, the line's busy. Third dentist I call, and he's like, yeah, when can you come in? So then part of you was like, I'm not sure I want to go to this guy if he could just fit me in.
I don't want to go to a restaurant that's not busy.
Yeah.
That's why aren't there more people here eating?
But I was a little worried about this because it was like a jagged piece sticking up. I show up, and he's like wearing a Hawaiian shirt and flip-flops, and he's like, rubbing his hands together and like, all right, let's go. And he sees that I'm worried and like starts playing it up like, I haven't washed my hands yet. Just give me a second. And he put a new crown on my tooth, but he did it wearing flip-flops and a Hawaiian shirt.
Was it an actual dentist office?
It was.
Okay.
I checked. I made sure on our way over because I was thinking this could go badly if we show up and it's like at an office park somewhere.
Was he Hawaiian or was he a haole? Was he one of
these?
He was
a
guys
haole.
That went there on vacation, never went back.
He was a haole from Cincinnati that did exactly that. Went there on vacation and never went back. He'd been there 25 years, living the island lifestyle, man.
Isn't that? Well, that's more Jamaican.
Sorry.
All right. Isn't that weird though? Because I only went there once, but if you go to Hawaii, you will meet people based on your experience, mine, and other people I've talked to. The guy renting boogie boards who says Bill, Minnesota. I'm like, how long you been out here? I came here for a vacation in 1996 and never went home. I wrote home or called home and said, send me my stuff or don't. I don't care.
Yep.
I'm never coming back. And there are people out there who do that. You meet them, and sometimes they're dentists.
It scared the crap out of me. Now, the guy turned out to be really good because I got back to my dentist. And
do you still go to him?
Who did this? What, the guy out in Hawaii?
Yeah.
No. Have been back. Maybe he's still there. I don't know.
Maybe you guys should go back for a big anniversary.
We got 20 coming up, so yeah.
When is that coming up?
A couple of years.
What? Okay.
I need that much time to save for the trip, Hardy.
Not really coming up then.
It's coming up because I need to start saving now.
Oh, John.
18.
All right.
So that's But then again, why do we celebrate things in 5s and 10s? We could go for our 19th anniversary. It wouldn't matter.
I mean, honestly, if it makes more sense to go next year, then you should go next year.
Sure.
When is your anniversary?
In May.
Oh, that's a good time to go.
Yeah.
You should go to Hawaii. Go to Hawaii in May.
I have 2 kids that are going to college inside of 3 years. I don't know how much money I have left. You, who know this better than most.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Thank you so much, and thank you to Russell Hitchcock of Air Supply, who made Mike Reese's day.
He was literally floating when he left here.
Well, that made my day, seeing Mike's so happy about that. We will be back tomorrow to talk about the Patriots game happening tonight. Have a great day. Bye.